All right, y'all, we live. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing help with better understanding the self. We gonna open up the chat so y'all can call in, man. Let's get to it, though. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
You better turn your radio,
What do you
man.
think about these Black Lives Matter that they want to be paid for being what is it, slaves and all that?
Reparations.
Yeah, there.
Are you talking about? Well, I heard they passed in North Carolina.
Yes.
It was a small little town in North Carolina that passed reparations for whoever's over there. I'm sure they'll try to do something out here in California. I think they already actually got a little board going that they're going to start looking into it. So
Yeah, and that's what we, the Rafa, need to step up, protest, and I'm talking major, and turn around and tell them, no, nobody gave reparations until the Native Americans and the Mexicans get ours first. We've been going through this crap a lot longer, so I don't want to hear it. Because it's not fair, dog. How are you going to give a bunch of money to a specific group, dog? This is the United States, a melting pot. How are you going to give it to a specific group?
because right now they've got the right people with so much guilt.
So let me get this straight. While we're being guilt tripped into protesting against ICE, they're having private meetings talking about protesting against us getting reparations. He said nobody should get reparations until Native Americans and Mexicans get reparations. That don't even make sense. Why would Mexicans get reparations from the United States of America? If Mexico wanted reparations, they should be getting it from Spain because Spain is their colonizer. You speak the language of the person that conquered you, which is the reason why they speak Spanish. Their fight is not with the United States. These folks came here voluntarily for a better life, not because they had to, not because they were forced to, not because they was made to do anything. So there is no reparations talk between Mexico and the United States. It is completely unwarranted. And when we're talking about the Native Americans, the natives that's on this part of the Americas, right? The ones that's up here, they are already getting reparations. They never stopped getting reparations. When have you ever seen a Native American with a job? You know why they don't have a job? You know why they don't have to work? You'll never see a Native American with a job? It's because they don't have to work because they're getting reparations because they have reparative justice on the reservation or whatever. I was just watching Love Jones live the other day, and you know, one of the callers said that he used to work at a casino, and he said that when the natives turn 18, they get a nice little $17,000 check from the government. And then when they turn 21, they get even more money. So they already got their reparations. They good. They don't need nothing else. And the reparations that they did get, to be honest with you, it doesn't really look like it helped them very much as far as their lifestyle, because a lot of them are on drugs and have alcohol issues. And I watched a whole documentary on it. This is just pure jealousy, because at the end of the day, these three dudes that sitting there talking about protesting against reparations for Black Americans, they don't even want reparations. They just don't want us to have it. So I'm not surprised, but don't talk to me about no more unity bullshit. And you goddamn sure better not talk to me about no ICE protest. Because I say pour some more ice in the fucking water.
Hey, let's talk about some real issues, right? Why did the Mexicans in the Latino Hispanic community vote against reparations for Black people if they supported Black people? And this is a video right here showing you American Cholo and these other two weirdos are really sitting here like, we're going to bring all the Mexicans together and protest against Black people getting reparations. They don't deserve it. And then says the reparations has to go to the Native Americans, which already received the reparations for nothing, because the Native Americans took the Black indigenous American Indians identity, which is my ancestors, and got free reparations for nothing. And then he says next is the Mexicans, because they were here longer. You are Spaniard. You're not full Mexican. The real Mexicans are Black indigenous people. You, sir, are Spanish. You have more Spanish blood than you do real Mexican blood. The fuck are you talking about? Reparations for what? This entire land of America was stolen from my ancestors, and then they did a paper genocide and took us off the papers and gave our identity to the Native Americans, who we have pictures of them coming over here on boats. But the reparations are coming from the fact that they stole our land from our ancestors who were already here. and then lied and told us we came from Africa. That's where the reparations are coming in at, because this is really our land. But this goes to show you that they don't fuck with us. It's right here. What else do I have to say? But I like that they keep it in real. They telling us how they feel in our face. I like that. I respect that, because I don't like that sneaky shit. Tell me how you feel about me up front, up close and personal, and we can deal with it like that. Don't do no sneaky shit. So I respect them for putting it out there and how they really feel. So now we know how to move accordingly.
Did you hear this podcast with a group of Mexican men disputing that Blacks should not receive reparations? Let me peep your story. First of all, when there was open borders in America versus in South America, especially Central America, you guys had access to come to America back and forth, all right? I don't really know too much about your history, but I'm concentrating on our people history. We were slaved, okay? Some of us was here already way before you guys were. And you could dispute it all what you want. What they tell us that we was in a slave ship and we came from Africa and this and everything. Regardless of that situation, we still need to be compensation, all right? You talking about a time frame of when your people was here. Our people was already here way before your people was, okay? And we can make a debate all we want. I could bring you a team of historians who are well-scholared and well-groomed and trained could tell you that no, when you guys came versus with us, we already came already. We already had settlements, we had residential places, all kinds of stuff, and we was living in one accord. Until we had people colonizing into this country, just like how you guys were here, and then all of a sudden they came and colonized and took it over and started wars with you. They didn't start wars, they started wars with us and then made us become slaves. Then they brought, because if you look at the period of the transatlantic slave trade, there was a period where they had to stop cargoing slaves. And there was not a lot of slaves that was coming to America, okay, through human trafficking, all right? In the Caribbean, they had more population of slaves that was already there, plus the ones that came from Africa and various parts, all right? With the help of people from Portugal, the help of people from Spain, especially from the help of people from England and all from the European countries and even the Middle Eastern as well too, all right? I don't know where you get your backstreet story from, okay? You probably got it from your Indian chief or whatever, or whoever, like your elders and stuff, but we are starting to know the history that there were Blacks here, okay? They had even Blacks to basically who sailed around in this country here and intertwined with the natives, and they were looking at the melanation, how it was dark, okay? Some of y'all got that complexion because you was colonized by the people that was from Spain. And they basically wanted to pretty much fumigate and do anything they can to remove the complexion of the dark melanation. My question is to the Mexicans then, did you remember there was a point that there was people that were darker than y'all that's sitting around the table, and many people of y'all, they have black melanation, copper skin, brown, darker than you, and they were pretty much living and resigned in Central America and Southern America, in the southern parts of South America. Okay, so when instead of you trying to be happy for us to get our reparation, y'all saying certain Native Indians received their reparations, okay? Because they had access to have casinos and had access with certain type of franchises and stuff like that. And some of them received their compensation. But there was some Black indigenous who pretty much did not. They didn't even have the opportunity to be even members in the club of those 12 tribes of indigenous, which they were supposed to be because they were part of the membership. So before you guys start opening up your mouths, I really think you guys need to, because like I told you guys, these podcasters, regardless if they believe this or not, they are getting paid by the sponsorships of their contacts to pretty much to bring this, because their same sponsors who are handlers are telling them to tell this and bring this type of security in there because they want to prevent this from happening and starting a whole massive conflict, okay? It may be their opinion or it's coming from the opinion of their handlers, but regardless, people don't do their research. I did my research, okay? And it's not coming from no YouTube or whatever, okay? We get to find out there was a lot of Blacks that was here, living here, okay? Even had children from generation in America, okay? Before it was known. And even when, because let me tell you something, the true discovery was with people within us, okay? When you look at the slave trade in America, there was population. Why did you think they had breeding farms? Because there was a time where it was getting too expensive for slaves to come into Africa, from Africa to come to America, or come from other places like from the Caribbean and stuff. So what they did, they started having breeding farms with the same people who were already born. Every time when Black Americans are supposed to get something, you go.
Just hear those Mexicans say that they're going to protest if any type of reparation or restorative justice bill, rights, act, or anything gets passed in the state of California for Black Americans. Did y'all hear that? Because Native Americans and Mexicans been going through this stuff a lot longer. What stuff? What stuff? The fact that these Mexicans are literally trying to sit their funky flat asses up here and compare anything that they've experienced willingly, being a willing participant, because you are not American. You chose to come over here. You have your whole country, granted it may be run by the cartel, but for you, by you. Literally, a whole country. You decided to come here. And I don't want to hear, oh, the United States used to be Mexico, Mexican territory. I don't want to hear that. Y'all always want to time travel. At the end of the day, Mexico got paid $15 million for the territories that the United States of America acquired. Y'all never want to bring that up. It was sold and purchased. No matter which way you want to turn a key, a deal was made. Okay? At the end of the day, present day, you did not build the United States of America. I don't care if you came over here with your taquito truck or whatever. And I love Mexican food. And there's some Latinos that I love. But to sit up here and say that you will protest in the street, and yet these were the same people, and I have multiple videos to prove it, so I don't want y'all to come in. Don't nobody want no help from the Blacks. Ain't nobody asking for solidarity. Yes, y'all was. Y'all was literally crying up and down the goddamn TikTok streets because we said that we're going to sit this out and not march and fight and protest for illegal immigration and not help to be a goddamn shield for y'all against the goddamn ice cream truck. Y'all absolutely, I have videos, go down my timeline. Because y'all not going to get up here and gaslight me. I literally just did a video like maybe a couple of weeks ago where a Mexican was saying that we, Black Americans, were protesting for them to get deported. I said, and we were heavily advocating for it, and it was a blatant lie. But this is the type of stuff that they say. That man, those three Chiquitos got up there and said, Native Americans and Mexicans been going through it. First of all, Native Americans already got reparations and some type of restorative justice. They have reservations. They have casinos. They're exempt from paying certain type of taxes. They have funds and resources that's allocated solely and strictly to Native Americans. Not how we got our civil rights and everybody in a funky mother got to tether and latch on to the backs of what we fought for and under the guise of civil rights. Y'all want to try to holler out DEI. DEI benefited the pale Caucasian white lady way more than anybody else. So what have we ever really gotten? And you talking about we've been going through it way longer. What have y'all been going through way longer? Did y'all experience redlining? Did y'all experience brute force and police brutality? Did y'all experience substances being flooded in your neighborhoods? Did y'all experience that? Did y'all experience millions of y'all getting lynched? Did y'all experience y'all's communities being burned to the ground? Did y'all experience y'all churches being burned to the ground? Did y'all experience getting hunted down by a pack of rabid goddamn animals in the street? Did y'all go through Jim Crow? Now y'all trying to call it Juan Crow in 2026. Did y'all go through Jim Crow? No. Latinos actually had an organization called LOLAC where you all were fighting to be recognized as white. And in some cases, you were able to win because people be wondering, where the hell was the Latinos during Jim Crow? In the white soil section with the whites. And the ones who couldn't pass, they came over to our side and we treated them well and accepted them with open arms. And this is how you guys act. Now, could y'all imagine if we got up here and literally said, we are going to protest and fight tooth and nail for anything against any immigrant group in this country? These people should be ashamed of themselves. What the has Black Americans done to Mexicans? It's jealousy and envy. At the end of the day, you should be thinking, Black Americans, that you could bring your soaking, and I'm talking about those men. Y'all was able to come over here and have civil liberties and literally tether on to goddamn civil rights and build a family for yourself.
Hey, I'm gonna need all my essays come to the front. I don't give a damn what coach you on.
C-Dance 2.0 is now on Artlist, and you can get precisely what you want.
I'll take a robbery with a fight scene.
I don't care if you speak whatever dialect that you speak, and you of any of Hispanic descent. I need you to come to the front, especially you in Texas, Louisiana, Arizona.
What's good?
I know. Oh, come on. Listen to that video. If you feel like that, you on your ass. You on your ass. That's out of line right there. That's hating. That's what we call hating. You feel me? That's the vernacular right there. That's the true definition of. So come to the front. We trying to hear about that. See about that. Yeah, because that's hate. I go, hey, you get to messing with the bread, you got a problem with me. See, all that other stuff y'all been doing, you ain't have no problem with me. I'm offended by this here. I'm hurt. I'm all that. What y'all be, all these terms y'all be using, I'm that right now.
This video is about, there's a group of Hispanic men who are stating that Black people should not receive reparations. Now, yeah, they're saying that we should not receive reparations, right? Hispanics. Yet, a lot of them are saying that they want us to unify with them to fight against ICE. And they're secretly having these meetings, wanting us not to receive the reparations. And they're saying that them, the Hispanics, and Indians should receive reparations. Well, Indians have already been receiving reparations, right? I don't understand why Hispanics think they should get reparations. We did not colonize, they were not colonized here in America. That would be the Spaniards who did that. That is why they speak the language that they speak, which is true. So they're saying that we should get it and they should get it first. Whatever happened to them didn't happen here. What happened here happened to us first. So we do deserve the reparations, I feel like. But unfortunately, they feel otherwise. And I've stated this before that a lot of Hispanic people do not like Blacks. They do not like Blacks at all. They hate us probably just as much as white folks do. So that's a fact, you know what I'm saying? So every day something new pops out as far as with Hispanics, or even with European people, when Black folks get to saying, oh, you know, they like white people, or they like this, they like that. I mean, it's cool. You're entitled to like whoever you want to like. But when I listen to that video and I
advancement by distancing themselves from.
All right, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Salute, salute. Nick, I see you. Gerald, you put KKK. You put KKK organizing the U.S. government to do anything to stop Black Americans. Big fact. That Trump shit was fake. There ain't no way. Yeah, you saying that Trump stuff was fake? I seen that. A lot of people been covering that story. I don't trust any of them. So I wouldn't be surprised. Nika, I see you, Nika. I see you. Okay. Yeah, so I like how the first woman explained that they getting paid to do that. We know that. They not, why would somebody talk about somebody reparations? They talking about it. Salute. Swan, what's good, family? Yeah, the water gang in the building. Y'all know how we do, man. Yeah, man. Small hats was behind it, allegedly. Yeah. Yeah, you already know, man. Small hats. Oh, always, niggas. Salute. I appreciate you. Now, y'all, I got to bring y'all to this next topic. I was feeling this lady, man. I ain't doing no research on her, but she gonna go to Willie D. Y'all know how I feel about Willie D. But she gonna go to Willie D and go do a show. So I'm like, I don't know about it. I ain't gonna say I don't know about it, but that was just funny to me to go on his show. You know, but y'all been seeing them. They found the pic with that boy wearing the IDF shirt. Salute, salute. I don't understand. Remember, children of immigrants can well be elected to public office. Please stop voting for this. Salute, stop. I don't understand. Yeah, Willie D another shield, man. So when she went on Willie D, I'm like, man, what? She don't know what the coach. She don't know what's going on. You not tapped in, lady. But check it out.
Same place you left me off at.
look. Now you getting the reputation as a troublemaker. You know, like why they calling you a troublemaker, Candace?
Well, that's probably the crooked folk that's calling me a troublemaker because I'm putting that belt on their ass. That's probably what it is.
No, you literally pull out a belt. I saw you pulled out a belt the other day when you was addressing that cop. What's her name? Gonzalez?
Ashley Gonzalez.
Ashley Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
That uncivilized mutt.
Mm-hmm.
How appalled were you when you first saw that video where she was just going in on Black people, calling Black people chimps and talking about how she will, if she ends up getting a 911 call tomorrow, if they're Black, they're going to jail. She don't give a damn what they did. They going to jail.
Mm-hmm. So what was so interesting was that my girl Grizzly with the Hood News.
Shout out to Grizzly, because Grizzly be putting that work in.
Oh, yes. So Grizzly had called me. So she called me and she said, sis, she said, I got to send you something. Man, I'm so pissed off, man. This done pissed me off. I'm like, what you talking about, Grizzly? I said, look, I just came back from the taco truck, child. I'm trying to get in here and go, chill, because I already stirred up mess earlier that day. Mm-hmm. And she was like, no, you got to see this. So I was like, okay, send it to me. She sent me the video. Now, mind you, whoever that was involved with this sent it to Grizzly, but they also sent it to me too after Grizzly sent it to me. So I looked at it and I said, what in the hell is this? I said, wait a minute, hold on. Let me rewind this again. And I looked at it again and then I called Grizzly back. I said, Grizzly, when we riding down on this heifer? Because this right here, I have a whole problem and a half. Because one, what I'm really concerned about is how did she even get into the police academy and pass a psychological with these type of ideologies? I have a problem with that. 2, what I looked at was, so she's over at the South location, South Gessner location. That's majority of our people that's over there. Majority of the officers look like us that work in that station. So my question is, how many other people that she have arrested that's Black that look like us, that's in Harris County right now, or possibly TDC, based upon her?
Wait, so let me get this straight. Y'all saying she ain't right? Talk to me, Tania. She down with Roland Martin? That unfortunately, I really wanted to like her. Y'all giving me the game, so y'all, listen. When y'all and Tania, if y'all rules and Tania say you ain't right, y'all, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna lean with them. You know, great minds think alike. So if both of y'all saying that, I think her heart be in the right place, but she still doesn't understand basic deception tactics, which is why she clicked in with Roland in them. Oh, she clicked in with Roland. No, family. Say it ain't so, man. I wanted to like the lady so much. I felt like she clicked in with them Democrats, family. Dang. That's why she's on Willie D. And I'm like, dang, I seen her and I'm like, why she go on Willie D? She don't know what's going on. She a doctor degree and they be the ones that are shields. She is a Democrat full of shit like the rest of them. I wanted her to be auntie too. Oh Lord, this is crazy, family. I knew something wasn't right. I told you them Dems, them leftist enemy, bro. Shout out to Izzo, man. Dang. I ain't know, man. I seen her preaching and standing on it, standing in the way. She had me until she brought the Latino man on stage. Dang. She speaks from African American language. Yeah, man. Y'all saying she ain't right. She
Her
ain't
bias,
right.
And I'm like, nah, we finna investigate all. I say we finna blow this whole thing up because I'm finna drop her in the grease all the way live.
To be honest, sometimes I actually have no idea what's going on until I open Monday.com and boom, everything's.
What was particularly disturbing to me was the amount of passion she had for her.
She was very comfortable.
Well, the passion, I mean, she was really passionate about her hatred for Black people. She was so passionate she couldn't even get the words out.
Mm-hmm.
That's some hatred.
Well, maybe because
that's next level hatred right there.
Well, maybe because them teeth was too small for that mouth that's spewing that rhetoric that she had going on over there. That's one. 2, she had a big ass tongue running around here with that lisp, and then you have the day.
So now I'm starting to get what y'all talking about. So check this out. LeVar said she had me until she said it's not all Latinos. Yeah, okay, most of them. Do y'all think this is a American version of what's the lady? What's the other? Jasmine Crockett. They may see Jasmine Crockett ain't get it, so they trying to throw us in another flavor like Jasmine Crockett. I like her pettiness though. Sour Patch Ron. You put let's be serious. They're truly FBA, but they're not for us. Oh, you put Crockett worse? William Johnson, what's good, family? Put me too. Y'all know Roland sassy and cuss too. Roland and Jasmine, no. But think about it. This woman just came out of nowhere. I've never seen her. She's a plant. Yeah. But they come off too compromised. That don't work for me. Yeah, she did listen, y'all. You right about that. She came out of nowhere and now she like a little she's like a little mini celebrity grown, you know. Nah, she been around over 6 years. I first saw her on Phil Scott show. Okay. Definitely a plant. Dr. Candace Matthews is well known around Houston. Her and Cornell X. So what you saying? I don't understand what you co-signing them? She official? Is that what you saying? They all down there in H-Town. Yeah, they down there in the H-Town. You know, that ain't too far from. Yeah, me too. I think she saw. Okay. We're gonna hear a little bit of a Cornell X is suspicious as well. Man, look, the family be on that, man. We be listen. We be on who be suspicious. Let's see.
And the temerity to be running around here talking about you don't like black people. First of all, baby, you not to catch me out. You damn sure ain't cute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? First of all, I don't like your hair. Second of all, I don't like that little cheap little rainbow outfit you had on, and you over here sitting in the car over here talking all that old cash money shit. No, baby, I would drag your ass to hell with a gasoline jacket on, and that's what I'm gonna do. And that's what I did.
Well, you know, and I'll tell you something else that disturbed me about her. You know, I saw Chief Fenner pin her.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Chief, I know for a fact, you know, that's a solid dude. And for her, you know, it's like for him to be in a scene like that with her, I'm one of the worst of the worst. And I don't like the fact that she used my boy like that. You know, that's the homie, you know, like.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously he didn't know, but still, you know, like, you know, when you look back on that situation and you seeing her, a good guy like Fenner,
pinning a road cop that he had no idea.
Road cop, yeah, you know, and you could see his affection for her was genuine. You know, like he was really happy that she was being pinned and he was having the opportunity to do it. And the way that she smiled and the way she seemed, like, I mean, if you watch her demeanor, I mean, you wouldn't have been able to pick up any of that hatred that she had
at all.
And the thing is, like you said, like you said something key when you said, how is it that she was able to pass the psychological evaluation, you know, in the police academy? Or do they even do psychological evaluations?
Yes, they do.
Well, I think I have an idea on how she passed, because they asked her, did she hate black people? And she answered truthfully. And, you know, she got a positive mark. Because that's got to be one of the criterias to become a police officer, is that you got to hate black folks. If you're not black, you got to hate black folks, because they ride on our communities way too often. And she is not the exception. She is the rule. She is part of a culture, a nationwide culture. It's definitely not in Houston alone. It's not limited to Houston. This is a nationwide culture.
But you know what I find interesting? When I pulled that belt out and popped that cigar, was talking that trash, and it touched everybody around the nation. It even touched the Houston Police Union to where.
Yeah, she trying to be she trying to go viral. You feel me? Willie D too old to not know anything of substance. She trying to go viral, like, you know, we could tell. Plant energy. A lot of the EPS. That's why the media growing right now. Water, Tim Black, Dennis Burden, Theo. Salute Izzo. This a female, Al Sharp, race hustling. Yep, a lot of performative-ish. I see through it. Yeah, y'all, too performative. Tania Wright. Our discernment right. I'm with you, y'all rules. I feel y'all. Sour Patch. Everybody saying the same thing, man. It's too much. When someone showed themselves the first time, I believe. Yeah, Willie D a big time. Willie D is a big time shield. Undercover, for real. I ain't even gonna say undercover. We all know, like, Everybody in Houston know. Y'all put a Jasmine Crockett Revisited. You ain't putting belt all of that. Yeah, Woody cancel. Pull her card. Yeah, it's too performative. We're gonna let her go a little bit, then we're gonna go to the next.
They turned around and turned their back on her and said that they wouldn't discuss.
Hold on, stop.
I'm telling you.
The police, the Houston police.
Yes, sir.
Said that they were disgusted by it.
Yes, the actual president. And then they even used my picture with me with the belt, saying when they seen that video, that was exactly how they felt was seeing that picture with me in that belt.
The Houston Police Department.
Yes, yes. And then look, it gets better. Hold on, will it get better? So, I like to go smoking cigars and everything. So, a lot of the police officers and things like that, they come over to the cigar lounge and things like that. And I had white officers, black officers, Asian officers. Everybody was like, thank you, Dr. Matthews, because we really don't agree with what she did. And they were saying like, this is the issue that we're having within the community with community policing. And this is actually trying to cause a wedge in between the community and police. And we really don't want that. So we really appreciate you, speaking up on it and calling it out. And like I told him, I say, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys, bringing it to my attention like that and things. But don't get too comfortable, because if I get something on your ass, I'm gonna put that belt on your ass too. Because at the end of the day, it's all about accountability. Accountability breeds responsibility. And I'm telling you, I was shocked to see the Houston Police Union, an actual letter from the president stating his disgust, and then using my picture with the belt saying that's exactly how they felt. So I don't know what's going on, because normally I'm used to seeing in my line of work, the police unions rolling with the crooked officers.
Blindly rolling.
Dang, she's a doctor, yeah? She had 10 people show up and now she thinks she a freedom fighter. Girl, you are. I rock with Lala, man. Lala, you gotta hit me in the Discord, Lala. Is this lady married? If not, she be running for office soon. I saw her do it in the video. I thought it was for show. She's not half as bad as the Jasmine, in my opinion. Nah, I think she's the only thing she changed it from Jasmine is she's acting like she for Americans, and she ain't for them. She married y'all. Yeah, so I mean, we talk about what she married got to do with another wannabe celebrity. Married to an FBA, I think. Okay. She's been around for a minute. The discernment of the water gang is here. We already peeping it out.
Yeah, and in fact,
what they did.
I had the police union in Tyler, Texas, Smith County, Tyler, Texas, try to come for me, because I don't know if you remember that happened last year. It was a young lady that stole something out of a Family Dollar, and that officer had that fist and he was beating her down and everything. And I went down there. So I did a dog whistle on that. The police union down there did a whole video on me. I'm like, oh, so we want to do some videos? Okay, but then let me pull your actual scorecard so the community will know that you're full of shit. These people that spending their tax dollars and y'all over here not doing what you're supposed to do. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull everybody T-code records in here. I want to see who run around here that's been here for this long period of time that haven't been to no other policing agency. I even want to know about your trainings because it looked like to me that your ass is running around here just signing a folder and you're not even doing the damn training. I'm gonna put a belt on everybody's ass down there. So I'm gonna drop the hammer on every last one of you white jokers down there. Baby, I say, do another video. And then I started digging up dirt on everybody. I said, I'm gonna dig in your taxes. I'm gonna dig in everything. I'm gonna have them people coming in now because I'm about sick of y'all. But the thing is, that's what I'm used to. I'm used to being on the offensive when you're dealing with this type of stuff. But to see this, it kind of took me back a little like, oh, I ain't know that they had a letter. Like, oh, okay. Maybe we moved something in the right direction. I don't know. Maybe it was the cigar. Maybe it was the belt. I don't know.
What's the status on her? Well, I know she was fired, but what's the next move for you? Because I know you're not done with it.
Oh, absolutely not. So basically when I got the information, all that, I called and talked to the leadership of HPD, and I was like, I know damn well we not gonna have this up in here. Because baby, I would activate all them Black Panther chapters, baby. We're gonna stir some shit down here in Houston. And then they was like, no, she's been, relieved of duty and things like that. But she also is under investigation, IED investigation. I'm like, okay, but that's not enough. I said, let me express to you my demands. My demands at this point right now, every last one of those cases need to be investigated who she touched that are African American. That needs to happen foremost first. Yeah. Then the second thing is that I want her T-code license. I want them gone.
Explain to us what that is.
So T-code license is the actual licensure here in Texas for police officers. They have to go through the T-code process and be certified in order to be a peace officer in Texas. Okay. They also monitor their training hours and things of that such. And then you can also, it's available to the public where you want to do a public information request on any officer that you want to find out where they worked, everything. Because see, what I've noticed about being in this activism game, when you're dealing with this racism stuff, we got people that look like us and do the same shit. And one of them, I put a belt on his ass too, that was in Harris County a couple months ago when we was over in Haverstock. And he did some foolishness. And so when I went and did investigating on him and we pulled his T-code history, I looked at every police agency that he worked for. So that's the first step. The second step, you go directly to the police agency and request the police records. And when I requested every record where this guy worked at, he was problematic from the beginning. I even knew exactly what school you came from. He came from the University of Houston downtown. So I turned around and I called Sheriff Ed Gonzalez and I called his leadership team. I say, y'all better get this sucker here off that force because he did this, and he did that. So by this time, I said, I need to do a complaint. And the person who he wrongfully put in jail need to get a complaint done as well too. So we went on and got that done. And then by this time, you know me, I'm a blast you on social media. I'm worse than 50 Cent, as you know. And that's when the community will come out and the community will start telling us things.
Yeah, when she said I'm in this activist game, it makes it seem like that don't sound right. That language that sound a little funny. It sound a little oddly. But you know that Willie D is an agent. Yeah, you know he working for them people. Yeah, man. So, hold on. Somebody that's Mexican put, I'm Mexican. Why are you blacks obsessed with us? What? Hoopty one, man. What you mean obsessed with y'all, bro? What you wanna call in? I'm gonna let her go though. She just hype. She sound federal. Yeah, man, she pulling cards. Had my finger on the joint ski, ready to lift, let it fly. They are just using our talking points, Water. Okay. Yeah,
About
doing
this
that.
guy, and they actually had video. This was a guy that was driving fast and reckless in a neighborhood area in Greenspoint. Okay, and then bullying the community and everything. I say, yeah, I got something for you too. So at the end of the day, it's actually a tool that the community can use when you're dealing with TCO.
What's the greatest tool that the community can use to get some justice against
Willie D milk dud head ass, man. No, he's a professional agent. She acted with no pushback or impunity. I was talking about the Mex troll. Oh, okay. I ain't even read what you said though, Ainswell. Yeah, man, what they talking about? We obsessed with them, bro. You tripping. Like, silly D. Queen G. Silly D. Ty was good. And the building, we couldn't let them go. Y'all left for culture at the border and came to the U.S. copied to simulate the hate on them. Right. How many black people you see singing La Bamba?
old cops? What is this? If you had to name a single greatest tool that you use,
Khaled was good.
What's that tool? Because that needs to be more Dr. Candace Matthews is out there. You know,
Right.
You should not be an anomaly. You know, you should not be an anomaly. It should be very normal for all citizens for us to have. So obviously, everybody can't be an activist. Everybody ain't cut out to be an activist.
Right, of course.
But it shouldn't be like what you're doing should not.
It's like they tell them, hey man, you cannot have a mustache, man, to be an agent. You better not play that damn Mexican circus music in my area. Everybody obsessed with us. They wouldn't even have content if it wasn't for them talking about us. Salute, Levon. You already know. Yeah, man, he gonna say we obsessed with them.
Not be like something that we look at and we say, man, that's extremely brave of her. You know, like it should be normal, right?
Yeah.
So what's that? How are you so effective?
Well, one, how am I so effective is that, you know, I make sure that I know the Texas penal codes. You know what I mean? You want to know the laws that governs them. Okay, that's one. You want to know the policies that governs them, right? Then two, you want to know who's in leadership in these certain areas and build relationships with these people. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's good or bad, but build it. And so they would know that this is something that I'm not going to play with. Also, the exposure piece is very, very, very vital because you want to ensure when these suckers doing what they're not supposed to do, you want to be able to expose it with direct evidence, not hearsay, because then that damages your credibility. And credibility is a must. You want to have that in place. And even with the exposure, you also want to touch the everyday person. You want to let the everyday person know, like I did with her, who all had any type of interaction with this woman. We need to do a call to action. Okay. And then see, that's the difference between the news media and a real activist and advocate.
Yeah, I got that follow through.
Yeah, that's the difference. Yeah. Because we can call, like with me, I didn't master it. Because guess what? I have my own media team that used to work for the news stations. They work for me now. Okay. Then on top of that, I have the platform. Like I have more followers than the average news station combined with all of my social media platforms. Then I also have a huge 1 million
Yeah, they trying to run a reverse to her. Yeah, they trying to run a reverse. She giving Ben Crump. We got Dr. Candace E. Hill and Candace Miller serves as CEO and Executive Director at the Children of Diversity Foster Adoption Agency in Houston. You can't make this up, Nika. Y'all remember that other dude I said, and he was a community leader. He was in the Boule. He said, I'm a community leader. I'm this, I'm that. When they be into too much, me and all of these communities, fam, something ain't right. It's something we don't know. They be in a lot of different groups, fam. A lot of different groups.
An email list where I can email articles. Then we can go directly into news break and have the online articles from the news people that work for me create just like the news stations, and we send it out. Then I have resources where I got everybody number where I can send text messages to anybody across the United States. See, the key is awareness, but you have to have the evidence to back it up. Just like that video evidence, it's a shock value. That's how you get stuff to move.
Yeah, it seemed like to me you're applying one of our old tactics. It was our primary tactic when we were making records. That was to expose them, because a lot of times people feel helpless when they're going up against these powerful people that are in positions of authority. And let's make no mistake, they're only as powerful as the people allow them to be.
Correct.
Like, we give them the power, we can take the power away from
Correct.
them. So what they rely on is fear and intimidation. You won't expose them, but the moment you get enough courage to expose them, then they go scary and they're scared because now they know, oh shit,
the jig is up.
The jig is up. She just exposed me. That might encourage somebody else to expose me. Now they looking all up into my stuff. And that also works in these small towns where the sheriff is also the school superintendent.
Or better yet, you have the
deputy and so on.
Oh, but I'm gonna tell you, I dealt with a case like that in Center, Texas, in Shelby County. Okay. Now, mine is Willie. So, we also deal with judicial accountability too. Because baby, I put them judges across my lap and pop their ass too. Right. So we go down there to Shelby County with a case that I was hired for. And I walk in there. Now, mind you, this is when the meta glasses came out. So one of my camera guys had the meta glasses on. And then they telling us, okay, we go through the little security and things like that and tell us that we have to go to a room, a conference room, and sit out. Okay, so I'm thinking we going to the conference room. I'm thinking we about to have a monitor so we can see what's going on in the court. We didn't get a chance to see nothing. That is a violation. And we had it all on camera. Baby, when I got through with that judge, I wasn't playing with her because I did an SCJC complaint on her behind, because in Texas, it's open courts. You cannot have citizens not to be able to participate in courts.
Now, what is
SCJC? The SCJC here in Texas is the governing body over judges. Okay, so if you have a judge that's doing some behavior like that judge that you seen 2 weeks ago who I made go national. Now check this. I exposed that joker back in August of 2025 and did a judicial complaint on him back then because I had emails, I had text messages of his behavior that was now displayed a couple weeks ago on film. Now everybody's all in the uproar. Now, baby, why you in the uproar now? I already put this out. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the key thing to the community, you need to know the avenues on what to do when things happen. So like with that judge in Shelby County, I went to the SCJC on her. She got sanctioned. Okay? And they can do a private sanction or they can do it publicly. Like it's several judges that I done got some sanctions under my belt across this state. You see what I'm saying? So, but the average person don't know how to do it, and this is how they get away with stuff. Then even like having court watchers. I have court watchers all over the state. When we're dealing with the congressional, I have congressional watchers that'll go sit in DC and come back and meet me at the cigar lounge and give me the tea. That's how come Christian Menifee got popped, because you are in a historical.
She got a cigar. She got a cigar lounge. She got that smoker voice. She got a cigar lounge, family. She said, I'm going to go at the cigar lounge. She definitely boule. Yeah, APAC controller. That APAC money, people be, Willie D know about that APAC money. Y'all got to check out that video I did with Willie D, man. She keep pushing the cigar lounge. She keep pushing the cigar lounge, ain't it? We done heard the cigar lounge about 4 or 5 times. You only had the interview for 20 minutes.
District, which is District 18. We lost Sylvester Turner. We lost Sheila Jackson Lee. Now you're running for Congress. So why you miss 8 votes? Why did you miss 8 votes for a district that's already been underrepresented? Okay.
Now bring the people up to speed on what you're talking about with Menifee.
What's the one thing that Microsoft, Uber, and Walmart have in common? And no, it's not Bill.
As far as, well, I endorsed them. Okay. You know what I mean?
She endorsed.
But that does not exempt you from accountability. It does not.
So I'm out of the loop. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm out of the loop.
So Christian Menifee.
Let me know what you.
Okay. So Christian Menifee used to be our county attorney here in Harris County. And so he ended up running for the 18 congressional seat. Yeah. So now he's our current congressman at this time. And then, you know, when they did the redistricting, now he has to run against Al Green. Instead of them going to DC together, now they putting them against each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, damn, you got Christian Menifee. He's young. You know, we had 2 congressmen that died on us. Got it. But then you got Al Green, who's a senior member, who's been in Congress, who pretty much don't have to, shall I say, he has a seniority. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. So again, I look at a lot of this stuff because, again, I'm the voice for the community. I'm the one that's going to let you know when it's real and when it's fake. And so.
No, it's Cal. Cal, she for these people in Congress. She ain't even holding them accountable. That's why I'm looking her up now. That's why many of them have organizations like Bobblehead Nationals Action Network. They can funnel money through. Yeah, they can funnel that money. They can funnel that money. Y'all say she look like Cardi B mama.
When I found out that he missed 8 votes from my team that was in DC, I called him out on it. He ain't like it very well. I don't give a shit. Because at the end of the day, my loyalty is not to a politician. My loyalty is to the people. Because that's what I do.
How did he miss 8 votes?
Because he was here campaigning and was supposed to be in DC. We're not paying you with our tax dollars for you to be doing a campaign when you're supposed to have your ass at work. You're supposed to be at work. I done bust judges who run around here. You supposed to have court on a Monday, baby. Why is you at home? I had a private investigator in front of her damn house. So when I put you out, I'm going to have the evidence to put you out.
You do come with evidence every time, but if I see you with a manila folder, it's over.
Oh, the red one. It's the red folder.
Red, okay.
Yeah.
I see you with that folder, but you know, the point is that when I see you with that folder, you got, I got this, I got that, and I got more on the way. Yeah.
But see, and that's the key to activism. That's the key to activism and advocacy, is having strong evidence. Because when you have hearsay, that can be disputed. That can be debated. But when you have direct evidence, you back them in their corner.
I think that's where we be getting those officials at, because they be shook. When they see you, they're shook. They can't even sick their regular goons on you because they got goons. So
I got goons too.
But the goons be like, they be hesitant about moving forward because they know they're up against something different.
Right.
So when you come in, you're coming in with that evidence, but beyond evidence, you also, like you say, you study the law and you know what
policy. I know exactly how to align the policy to the laws that you done broke or the misconduct that you've done. Just like when you're dealing with these judges, I know exactly the judicial canon, what the put that governs these judges. So if you run around here doing some shady business in this in the courtroom, like I had one judge, Judge Curvey.
The boule is different now, you know. Now they got some like Charleston Whites and the WAC 100s. So it's like, you know, that's how you put she capping. We need community, not representatives. That's how they control it. They try to put a leader out there.
Harris County, she's the only judge for the protective order court. Popped her too, because I had direct court transcripts. Everybody, when you're dealing with judges, make sure you get them court transcripts, because if it's not in the transcripts, it didn't happen. That's your evidence. She turned around and told a man, if somebody would have told this to me, I would not have believed it. She asked this man, did he have a vagina?
The judge said that.
She asked this man, did he have a vagina? The court transcript's not gonna lie. And the man said, not at the moment. I'm like, hold on, we not paying this heifer to be sitting on this damn bitch over here degrading black men. What the hell wrong with her? I said, yeah, I got smoke for her too. Yeah, she coming up out that seat too.
Was this a trans person?
No.
She was just
being an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what killed me.
And that's the thing about those judges. Typically, those judges will have, or they act with complete autonomy in those courtrooms. And I was just wondering, have you ever came across a judge who told you to get the hell out of my courtroom and force you out?
Well, they didn't do it like that, because you know I would have been on every national station. That would have went down. I had one of them where I was Judge Lillian Alexander. I did a judicial complaint on her in Harris County. She's a family court judge, 507. I was on the Zoom, and she was supposed to let me in because I was advocating for a client, and I'm screenshotting it the whole time, showing that she didn't let me in, and I popped her ass with a judicial complaint. And then her stupid ass, let me tell you what she did. She goes, look, y'all know I'm gonna keep it a buck. She goes on social media, knowing I got all the goons and everybody on social media. You know, they gonna come and tell you everything. They gonna screenshot everything you got going on. She went in didn't even know that was one of my team. She went in the inbox discussing the case and expressing her bias. And that boy gave me that screenshot, and I was on her ass.
My bad.
Y'all gotta vote. You gotta know who you voting for, because let me tell you something. We have the power to hire and fire these suckers. And when they don't do what they supposed to do, we go to the polls and put the belt on their ass. Straight up. Just like I let them know, baby, y'all work for us. We don't work for you. This is not your courtroom. This is not your kingdom, because I'm gonna kick your ass right up out of here. So when I go walk in the courtroom and everything, they already know. They see that cowboy hat, it's gonna be a problem in these streets.
I mean, the energy is good. I mean, I like her standing on. You know, the performative is good. She, you know, the performance is definitely good. She talking that talk. She got informant. She an agency. Yeah, she talking that talk, bro. That's to gather us in. That's exactly what Charleston White did. Remember when Charleston White came out, he gathered everybody in. And then the PSYOP is a masterclass against the FBA grassroots effort. She will have all the sister girls and zesty FBAs voting blue. She out working. Carmel King put, wow. Shakina, what's good? Salute to you, man. Masterclass. She pandering, bro. It's always with the words. She might be for the Democrats, but I like how she is not afraid to hold them accountable. She seems to have a history of doing just that. She put that work in. She been about her business. You don't have to talk like that. Hey, some of y'all saying she putting on a master class, and it is. I mean, this performative is definitely gravitating.
When I walk in, the office, I don't care what county I go to, because I didn't got to be so massive, I guess. They already know, oh shit, she coming up here. I can just be coming in here just to monitor cases and see, what's going on. Maybe I want to come and see a judge and tell them how good they doing. But at the same time, I'm looking to see what you doing with our tax dollars in here.
When you've been doing this activism thing for a minute now, and what I want to know is, has there been a particular case that you worked that made you change the way that you see the system?
Yeah, several cases actually. Especially dealing with the politicians, when I exposed that politician in Prairie View with the underwear, that made me look at it totally different, because this is a black, historically black town with a historical black college. And when I was looking at the forensic audit, and the audit showing me that you over here buying panties using the city of Prairie View money, our people that look like us. So that really changed my perspective, because I'm like, you know what? We do got some agents of white supremacy running around here. So now I'm gonna have to look at this from a different scope. And that was one of the cases that did that. Another case that did that, dealing with CPS. You know what I mean? You got caseworkers running around here removing children and knowing that you look like these kids, and you're not providing the service or giving the parents at least a chance to work the program, work the services, so they can get their kids back. Then even like when I used to go down there to Austin for the CART meetings that they used to have, and then they making decisions on our children, but you ain't never had no syrup sandwich. You ain't never stayed in the projects. You ain't never stayed in the hood. You never been in a single parent household. You never dealt with the struggle like these children are dealing with. How can you make decisions if you can't identify with them?
Which means that they're going to walk in there with their own implicit biases.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I want to show everybody this book that you got here. You caught me off guard with this, because I don't think you had made any type of grand announcement before dropping the book.
Yes, I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I missed
Snatch
it.
Adams, appreciate you,
this
fam.
Is the book, A Texas Legacy, Activism 101. Activism 101.
Turning outrage into action.
Turning outrage into action.
And that's what I did with that police officer.
Yeah. Yeah. What's a piece in here that you are most proud of?
It's all, in my opinion, is all of it, because it's an actual playbook. You know what I mean? Because let's be clear, the average person, they're not going to read no 500-page book. We don't got that kind of time. Everybody is moving and grooving. So it's more or less like I wanted to provide a playbook, but also have the substance. I want them to leave with jewels. I want them to be able to not just put the book down, you utilize it as a tool, because I'm giving you the game plan. And this book is one of 10 that I'm going to do for the community.
So this book should not be read all the way through. The book should be referenced.
Yeah, we got booted out, fam. We're finna get it right back up real quick. Then I want to show y'all what Flacco said. We're gonna get this a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How hard was that to let him go?
Well, it turned into a social media war where I had to drag their ass. Because see, the thing about it is that you're not gonna allow me is what we're not gonna do. Now, if I'm bringing you in and I'm gonna teach you the game on how to do this and that, you have to follow the instructions what I give you. Because if not, and it blows up in your face, then you're not gonna try to throw that on me. And so that's exactly kind of how that happened. Because now all of a sudden you don't have no motion, you don't have no stroke. Well, whose fault was that? You can't even tell me the first step on how to, what's the first step for doing a protest? What's the first step on doing a press conference? What's the first step on bringing in a convicted felon to law enforcement? What's the first step when children have been removed from CPS? What do? What's the first step when you have a capital murder case and this person is your client? How do you move with the attorneys? What do you do? See, if you can't answer none of those damn questions, that let me know right there. But you want to talk about my activism? You want to talk about I'm not getting results? Well, then what the hell you came to me for to come help your ass if I'm not getting the results? Because last I checked, baby, you better Google me. I get nothing but results. And so I literally had to drag them until I made them go back in their little hole. Because, you know, they'll send people like that. They'll send them. That's why I call them agents. They will send them to you to try to disrupt your program. That's why I got a tight program.
You know, that's what happened with the Nation of Islam. And, you know.
So they talking about agents. Now they talking about agents. You know, like they sent her. Salute TYB. Them nails, man. This is federal talk. Shout out, Nika. Y'all heard what she said? They send them. She speaking like she know for a fact. Like she know the program. She know what's going on. Baby, you better Google a union member. Salute. Agents are always calling others agents. You right about that, bro. Anybody calling somebody an agent that ain't grassroots, bro, something ain't right. Cassandra, what's good?
That's how they got to Malcolm.
Or even that Coat and Tail Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same blueprint. And so that's why I'm very funny about who want to try to come in, they want to try to get close to you. Now I don't need you getting close doing none of that. Because see, my mindset, and Cornell taught me that, my mindset is who sent you? What you think you're trying to do? I even had them to try to lie on me saying that I'm scamming people out of money. And they don't even know my whole financial structure that deals with this activism business.
Explain that. How would you scam people? How did they say you scam people?
One, they said that you don't supposed to charge for no activism. She's scamming people. You don't supposed to charge for that. First of all, let me just say this, and I said in that book, when you don't have a budget in activism, then it's limited activism, which does not provide results. With that budget, you need a budget for your camera team. You need the budget for your policy team. You need your budget for your legal team. You need your budget for private investigators. It all depends on what is going on with that case. And so for our everyday people, like I let them know that I'm not charging you my public figure fee that I really can add on top of this shit. I'm not charging you. I'm going to charge you to pay the people to get the work done. And that's how I give back, doing it that way. Because what I look like scamming, because my thing is, hell, I expose scammers. And the very joker that was saying that stuff, I pulled up their 501c and you operating the illegal 5.
So where's she getting the money from? Wait, hold on. I'm a little confused. Like I tried to say, I love real ratchet toxic women. This woman is a fucking anchor man, actor man. She said she charged for her activist services. Man, but I'm trying to understand, how can you do that? I'm confused, man. These boule types they get, it's like somebody's funding this. Somebody seem like they funded this, man. This don't seem like this is, she got a camera person. I mean, it just something don't seem right. She's a lawyer. Something just don't seem right. Y'all know they like to dangle them Democrats like to throw them women in your face.
501c3 and you not even active with the IRS, and I put that belt on their ass.
And let me ask you something. When you said, I put that bet on their ass, and
we have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44.
You know, I sound like my granny.
When you did that, is this something?
You got a flashback?
Is this no? What I want to know is that, was that just is that like a natural reaction, or did you practice that and you say, oh, this is gonna get them out?
Nah, that come from my granny. Cause you know that's great. Like you go over there to granny house and you go dig in that refrigerator, you ain't asked nothing. She said, I'm gonna put that bet on your ass, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
Your granny from Louisiana? Yeah, okay.
By the way of Beaumont.
Yeah.
And Port Arthur, yeah. Yeah. You know how the bold people is, man. They ain't play with us.
Candace, this activism thing, I respect it because I know a lot of activists all over the country. I know activists, and they put a lot of work in. And I'm 100% on board with activists being compensated, because activism is one of the most strenuous jobs you'll ever have. It is very, it's emotionally draining. Mm-hmm. Activists have lost their lives. You know, you can get
especially dealing with attacks.
You can get killed out here. You know, you can get killed. Yes. And to hear somebody saying that you shouldn't be compensated, you shouldn't, so you want me to go out and risk my life, I'm gonna step in the gap for you. And I'm gonna risk my life, but you think I should be poor and destitute. Or you think I should be out here begging or some shit.
But see, you know, I feel you on that, because I'm like, baby, this ain't 1-800 sis. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is what we're not gonna do. But also, I like how you said that about the death threats and things like that. But also, you even have to protect your family in this process.
Yeah.
Because you have some of these suckers that come around and try to they always start mess with you. They'll try to start, like they always start with me and then I finish it. Like I had this heifer, Jennifer Knight. That's the one that I pulled up the dirty panties on, you know, because her old man came and brought some stuff to me because we was exposing her, because she got upset that me and Cornell was not doing anything with her anymore. And then she wanted to try to come and attack me. So when she wanted to try to come attack me, Cornell was like, oh shit. And so what ended up happening, I drug her in the mud. And so by this time I'm digging in everything. It's like she trying to come at me, trying to throw false narratives at me, try to create a fake page on Facebook and all this old kind of crap. And you know, I'm built for that. So like in activism, you got to be built for these type of attacks. And so she looks white, but she's Hispanic. So we start digging into her. And by me, you know how I am, I'm gonna put everything out there, and that's what draw people to bring in the tea on this person. And I got information from a person who she actually trafficked. She trafficked a white woman to Mexico. And so the white woman started telling us, telling me, this is what she did, da, da, da. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, girl. Let me go on and connect you to the FBI right quick. So I connected her to the FBI. So it is an open investigation with that. But then she still kept running her mouth. Like, okay, cool. So now I found out that your daughter over there, where your daughter at? Okay, she's steady talking shit. So I come to your house. I'm gonna pull up to your house, bitch. I pull up to her house, bullhorn, everything. I already let law enforcement know that I was coming over there, and I disrupted her neighborhood, and I had her own neighbors asking her, where your daughter at? And like I told her, I said, you're not going to do a bitch ass thing. You're not going to do nothing because I'm going to drag your ass is what's going to happen. Because what you're doing is unacceptable. You making up lies. That's what they do. They make up lies. They do all of this kind of stuff. Baby, I went to that girl house on Friday 13th and I had a Jason mask on with some overall and a cigar. And I say, I'm bringing smoke to a racist because they also put some racist posts about me on Facebook and also with Grizzy. So I'm like this here. You want to be a keyboard gangster online? I'm going to see if you bought that life in real time. And that's when I pop up over there at that house. And baby, she over here want to try to call the police on me. And I'm going to call the police, bitch. I don't care. Because you're not going to do this.
Is that the same woman who had, like, it's somebody I saw, it was months ago, I saw y'all going back and forth. It was like some type of company or organization or something.
Yes, that's her.
Maybe like a media outlet or something like that.
Yes, she wants to be media and she's not.
That was.
Yeah, it was a QX Global, some shit.
Yeah, that was Q something. Yeah. So this is what I want to know. Because I saw that y'all going back and forth. I know you built for it and you don't mind, but I know you got other things you could be doing. She got other things she could be doing. Is there any way that y'all can squash what y'all got going on?
No, because see, let me tell you something. First of all, you're a disrespectful joker. Okay. And then you're not going to lie on me. That's what we're not going to do. You see what I'm saying? Some stuff is just unforgivable. You know what I mean? And some stuff, I just can't have you in my space. And I'm going to drag you every time I get a chance to, if you come over here, keep playing. You know what I mean? And that was exactly what she was doing. And said, that's part of this activism. You got people that try to do the clout chasing. You have people that are try to, lure you in. But see, I'm the kind of person, I start the chaos. You know what I mean? So you can't lure me into nothing. I gaslight you before you gaslight me. And then she tried to bring in one of her little partners, little Eric Sanchez dude. He was trying to terrorize Grizzy. Then he tried to come terrorize me. Then he tried to come for Johnny Binder and all kind of stuff. I said, wait a minute, this little short little shit. So I pulled up on him. I pulled up on him at the matter of fact, at a Harris County court hearing because he did something where he was charged or whatever, but he ended up getting dismissed for it. And I told him straight up, you going to jail, bitch. You gonna keep on. You keep messing with Grizzy, and you damn sure think you gonna keep messing with me. I'm gonna drag your little ugly ass. And so, so that's, with me growing up, that's how we used to do as well. So that's why a lot of this stuff kind of played a part with my activism, because I was that kid that'll sit on the back of the bus, be talking shit to you, coming from City Gas, going way over here to Tipwell. And so this guy was not ready for that type of activism because some of these activists have decorum, right? I'm not gonna have no decorum when you're coming over here messing with me. I'm gonna put my foot in your ass is what I'm gonna do. Okay? And I walked that boy down at the court. And I walked him down because I'm gonna tell you what else he did. He tried to come to the cigar lounge, lying and stirring up shit. Telling me she's harassing me. Man, hold on, bro. You just put a picture on my house, a picture of my house on social media. And then you coming over here to my cigar lounge where I smoke to try to stir up some shit. Baby, I went over there to Pasadena and walked that boy down. He was scared. Now, don't get scared, partner. You messing with a real G, honey. Okay? Don't let this PhD fool you. Because, baby, I would drag shit at you, okay? And be waiting on your mama and everybody else that live in your house. I even did a protest in front of his house. And anytime I do a protest, I'm looking for something that's not right. He had some old, sick-looking dogs running around. I'm like, what kind of shit is that? Your house look like, smell like cat pee? Like, what is going on? Let me call the SPCA over here, too. See, I'm going to bring that heat every which way I can. And then just like the Jennifer girl, how you over here talking shit about somebody? Baby, you need to get your roof fixed. Why your roof look like that? Oh, you got any insurance? Like, what you got going on, sis? And you over here want to try to come for me. And then I even got so intense because when you come with that racist stuff, see, I'm going to let everybody in your neighborhood know you're racist. We put door hangers on everybody's door with their pictures on it. Then we did mass text message. See, I apply real pressure when you're doing that type of stuff. So it all depends on how you got to kick it up a notch or not. But at the end of the day, you also, as an activist, you can't let nobody play in your face.
When you do use those type of antics, pulling up at people's homes, you pulling out a pair of drawers, or pulling the belt out, or even using vulgarity, from time to time.
Man, all these goofy ass stuff she doing, bro, pulling draws out. What's up with this, man? Yeah, I don't know, family. Bunch of vague language and cosplay. And with the lounge mod, if popping by now, we sit coming. Real pressure. You heard her? She talking about real pressure. Man, where they get this? Where they get her from, man? Where they get her from, fam? This is hilarious. She said she giving real pressure out here.
Mm-hmm.
Does that ever hurt you as an activist? You already said that, look, I'll throw decorum to the side, depending on the situation. Does that ever hurt you overall? Because you go into some big rooms, daily, you go into big rooms.
Of course.
You're going up against some big heavyweights.
Yeah.
Do people ever take those antics and try to discredit you?
No. Basically, this is my answer for that, is that I respond according to how you respond. You know what I mean? Now, if you're being respectful, then we can have a respectful dialogue. You know what I mean? We can agree to disagree. But then you come here with that bullshit, then I'm gonna let you know you with that bullshit. So you have to be able to know how to interchange in different situations. And so, like with messing with my people with those apartments, right? So one thing is this. I'm not coming now with no damn decorum because you have these people with mold, rats, infestation, and they have children, and they paying rent, or they own housing, or something like that. And you supposed to be the one to make sure they work orders on time. You supposed to be the one to make sure that they don't have infestation and all this here kind of stuff. And for me to see that, like, these people living in a third world country, hell no, I ain't finna be nice about that.
So what you're saying is that in that regard, those type of people with that type of energy, they don't deserve respect. They don't deserve.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Absolutely not. The only time that
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, because the only time that I do some decorum is, let's say, like if I'm on the Senate floor, and I'll turn around and say something slick though, but I still keep the decorum, right? I may keep decorum depending on, like, if I'm in a courthouse or something like that. Like, I stir that shit up when I get in that hallway. But inside that courtroom, I'm not going to give you the opportunity to put me in contempt. You see what I'm saying? So just like, for instance, like when I dealt with that judge in Jefferson County.
Plus inside that courtroom, everything is transcribed.
Absolutely. Except the JP court. And that's speaking of that judge who I exposed in Jefferson County in Port Arthur, Judge Joe Gilbert. Let me tell you what that joker did. So you remember that man who housed up in front of us?
Joker like you.
No, you know what? I got an old soul. But do you remember, Willie, when I went in front of that man house in Port Arthur? Did you remember when I went in front of that man house with that bullhorn and he did the false allegations on me, talking about I brought a whole gang of people and I threatened his life and all this shit? So he couldn't get the DA them to pick the shit up. So he turned around and went to the JP office, trying to get me for like some traffic ticket shit, basically. You know what I'm saying? With the bullhorn and all that. So, okay, cool.
So citation.
Yeah, pretty much. And so what happened was that me and Cornell filed a lawsuit for defamation on him and several others. So he tried to pull a Hail Mary and try to go to the judge across the street because that judge dismissed everything with prejudice. But this sucker here, and I'm gonna say this again, look like us, went over there and opened the case back up. What does dismiss with prejudice mean? You can't touch it anymore, okay? So he went and tried to summons me to come to Port Arthur. So I come down there to Port Arthur, then he pulling up the video.
Black judge summons.
Black judge, yeah, he summons me. And then when I create chaos, now you want to be the victim. Man, I really gonna say something else. But anyway, so
well, let's just for the record, let's be clear. He created the chaos, and now he want to play the victim because you didn't create the chaos. He created the chaos.
No, I created some chaos with him though. I ain't gonna lie.
But I'm saying he created the chaos by summoning you to Port Arthur.
Right.
Because he stretched his authority. He wasn't really supposed to do that.
He wasn't supposed to do that at all. And then what ended up happening was that he turned around and I had to do a writ of habeas corpus on this guy because one, this was dismissed with prejudice. And then now you try to turn around and try to send it to another JP. That JP was like, hell no, I'm not getting in that shit. And they sent it right back to him. And so by this time, I'm digging on everything on this judge. I found out that, sir, you over here lying on your campaign saying that you was a peace officer in St. Tammany Parish, Louisiana. Found out, no the hell you wasn't, joker. You was nothing more but a reserve officer with no post certification.
Hello? Oh my God, Dylan. Everyone watching how we shoot our podcast. We shoot everything inside.
I ain't sure how she doing her activist work, but it sounds like she just policing the police officer. Salute Barack Drummer in the building.
Yeah, what up?
Barack Drummer, what's good, family?
Nothing. How you doing?
Good, brother. Good, brother. Too much. How you doing?
Good. I'm hanging in there. This lady, I don't know too much about her. I think she's from Houston or Texas or something like that.
Yeah.
I like some of the things she did, but I don't 100% agree, and a lot of people ain't gonna agree with me saying this. I don't agree with them firing that Spanish cop. She was out in Houston, I think Friday, and I don't agree with them firing that cop. I don't like what she said. I don't agree with what she said, of course, but I seen too many white cops do a lot of shit and nothing happened to them. And all she did was run her mouth on her day off, and she got fired. I don't agree with that. Some shit the cops did to me when I was coming up, they didn't even get disciplined. You know what I'm saying?
But check this out. I want you to understand why they saying why she need to get fired.
No, I understand all that. I was going at it with the FBAs. I was going at it with even Latinos that felt she should have got fired. I understand all of that, but I just feel that I'm gonna let you elaborate off in a second. I just want to say this right quick. I just feel that I seen like, for example, the cop that choked what's his name to death? What's that guy name? I'm just one and right here in my city. Damn, I'm always bad with names. I should have my information straight when I call you. But there was a cop in New York. Good. He choked somebody to death. A white cop. The guy died. He stayed on the job for 5 years. He got dismissed, but he got a GoFundMe, and they raised almost $1 million. And he killed somebody. His name was Panther Leo, and what was that? I forget the guy's name right now. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what people are not getting, and it's too many times. People like us or people that's not white, because some people don't consider Latinos us. So I'm going to differentiate just on the statement. I've seen Caucasian people do too much and get away with it, and all she did was run her mouth, and that's what I got a problem with. They raised that cop. His name was Panther Leo. He choked the guy to death for cigarettes. And he came off like a G. So that was my issue. And I'm gonna say one more thing right quick. I got it in my phone. I could look it up after. I'll let you elaborate. There was a black woman, a black female cop in Alabama. She was arresting a brother for I think the dude was beating up his wife. He was and they came back repeatedly. When she was handcuffing him, she punched him in the face when he wasn't resisting. And they're trying to fire her. So it's too many times when it's us, it's a different set of rules. When I say us, meaning non-whites. I'm not differentiating black, Spanish, FBA, not FBA. That's my issue with that. But go ahead, I'm gonna let you elaborate. Go ahead.
I just don't see how. So the only reason why you saying you feel that she shouldn't be fired is because of what a white man did.
Because I seen too many white dudes that shouldn't have even been on the job get away with shit, and all she did was run her mouth. They got no proof she didn't hurt nobody, and I'm not defending her. I'm not defending her.
Got you. Listen, no.
Okay, sorry.
But that's all I wanted you to say yes or no to that. So you saying yes? That's the only reason why you saying that that's the reason why she shouldn't get
The
fired.
main reason, yes. Because
But
I seen
the problem with that is, listen, the problem with that is their system. It's the white supremacy system. So now you're comparing somebody who run the system. She should have been on our side from the get-go. So we don't even care. If she's
No, I
not
do care.
on
I
our
agree.
side,
I agree.
So I'm not gonna compare. I don't care how they treat white people than how they treat other people, and they treat white people better. So I'm not gonna be able to use a job. No, if you wanna straddle the fence with them, you gonna get punished. Even though we can't touch them like we can, because they got a security gate right now on it. We can't get to them, but still, we're gonna hold these people like this accountable. That's gonna just run their mouth. In my opinion, I got Queen G. What's good?
What's up, sis?
How you doing? So I had to come up here to ask you. You think that because YT cops get away with stuff, and they do, that's not to be disputed, that Latina cop deserved to not be fired because as and you put it was that all she did was ran her mouth. However, before you start responding, she did run her mouth, and it wasn't just about her running her mouth. It was about her running her mouth about what she was going to do and what she did. So not only did of what she did, but she basically was letting everybody know, the world know, that she planned to racially profile people. So it wasn't about the fact that she should just get away with it because a YT cop got away with some stuff. She was going to racially profile the first black person, as she said, per her words. She was going to just arrest them. It wasn't going to be no investigation, no de-escalation, no real police work. She was just simply going to arrest them based solely on the fact that they was black. And her racist antics out of her own mouth led her to feel at peace because she was able to be racist. And you believe that a cop, a woman, or whoever like that should remain on the force because YT cops get away with stuff? Am I clear on what you're saying?
Can I elaborate? Or you finish?
Please do. Please do.
Well, first of all, I come from a society where real bad boys move in silence. Usually the people that talk, that's exactly what they do. The dude that's talking about he gonna come do this and that is not the dude that's gonna do that. The dude that's gonna do that is gonna be quiet, laying up in the cut, and then come at you. So I look at things, that's where I come from, that's how it is. Real bad boys don't talk about, I'm gonna try to give you an example. Real bad boys don't talk about, yeah, when I see such and such, it's on. Real bad boys just do it. And that's how I look at it. I felt that because we know that the racism in there, and sometimes it's better to know where it is than when it's hiding.
So
because
basically,
go ahead.
Hold on, let me interject. So basically, you saying we shouldn't believe her if somebody come out and saying something, we shouldn't just believe them because we gotta wait for them to do something.
I think that's my opinion. The dude.
You see how that sounds?
Let me elaborate. The dude that's outside the club talking about what he gonna do.
He may do it. He may do it.
No. 99% of the time, I study these things. 99% of the time, the big mouth is exactly what it is. The big mouth. It's that dude that's like, what did you say? And I'm elaborating on that. What'd you say to me? Yeah. You ain't nothing but a punk. And that dude that walks off quietly, that's the guy I'm worried about.
Okay, so.
Go ahead.
So the quiet guy, obviously, that's definitely a saying. You know, you always got to watch out for the quiet ones. Cool. Got it. However, when somebody tells you who they are, believe them. And I don't care if she was the loud one in the room, and she might not be the first one to jump off or pop off or whatever. The fact that what we do know though is this: most cops have a partner. She might not have been the first one to pop up, but she might have a partner. So she's working with a partner that she's either going to do some racist stuff and not say anything, or participate in some racist stuff, or initiate some racist stuff and know that her racist partner is going to back her up. The fact that she said this, sir, that this is what she was going to do. It does not matter that she was the loudest one. And actually, she was not trying to be the loudest one. She thought she was being quiet amongst her friends. She didn't think that she was popping off loud amongst everybody. She thought she was talking amongst her friends. She was exposed by a friend who didn't agree with her. This wasn't a whole, I'm getting on my platform and I'm saying all that. She wasn't even on her own platform, sir. So she wasn't being the loudest one. She was just honestly telling us who she was. She wasn't telling us. She was just saying who she was. And she wasn't even telling us because, again, she didn't think she was talking to us. She thought she was talking amongst friends and two friends. It was just so happened that one of her friends didn't agree with her ideologies and exposed her.
Can I elaborate off that?
You can elaborate all you like, sir.
Yeah, okay. The only thing I would have said to that is, let's just use us three as an example.
I don't know if I want you to do that, but go ahead.
If you was rambling about something like that, and I knew what you did for a living, I would say, yo, you shouldn't be saying that online because you could blow your shit up. You know, you don't want to mess up what you got because you don't want to do. Because I did a little research on her. She went to in her city. So I don't know too much about the West. I'm not from the West. She graduated from, it's called the High School of Law Enforcement, and then she went into the military for 4 years or whatever it was, and then she got on the job. I would have said, you don't.
She was in the military first, and then she went to the police force.
No, you didn't listen to what I said. You didn't listen to what I said. She went. There's a high school in her city called the High School of Law Enforcement. That's what she graduated from. And I would have said, I would have said, listen, you don't want to blow your career on social media in the heat of the moment, so you should calm that down and keep that to yourself. If that was my friend, if somebody that I know was saying that, so I don't know what kind of friends you got. No, go ahead.
So if that was your friend, and we're not going to change anybody's nationality or anything, if that was your friend, keeping her as a Latina, that's what you would have said to her. I just want you to enter that part first.
Yeah,
that's what I would
have said.
Okay, so you would not have taken any offense that she said that, though?
No, I got it. You know what it is with me? I got to because I talk. That's why my name is Barack Drama, and I talk a lot of shit. So I'm very hard to I'm not real. I'm like the opposite of sensitive because I talk.
That don't have anything to do with being sensitive, though.
No, you asked me a question. I'm answering it. If you asked me what I'll be, repeat your question so I understand it. What did you say?
My question to you was, if that was your friend as a Latina woman, and she had said that, the only issue that you would have had with her was that she was saying it online and can mess up her job, not the fact that she was saying what she was saying.
No, because you know what? No, you know why? Because that's there anyway. You just don't see it. When I say you don't see it, they're not saying it. They feel the same way. So that's that's all she did was say how a lot of them feel. And just in general, it ain't just white people. It's other races. I got called in my city, in my own building, the N-word by Indian. So I know that that's there. So that's not my issue. My issue is sometimes if you know where it is, it's better than not knowing where it is.
So then why tell her? So okay, I agree with that. You know what? I actually agree. I want to know who my racist is. I want to know who they is. So I agree with that. But then why sit there and try to tell her, don't say, watch what you say and don't say that online? No, just go ahead and say it. Why do all that?
Because like I said, the way the world is now, and I'm programmed that you don't have free speech. They threw, I don't know if you knew it, Donald Trump was on, I think, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram when he ran, not this time, the last time, and they threw him off social media because they said they didn't like what he was saying. So if they could throw the president off of the most powerful social medias, what you think they could do to me if I go on my job and I say I hate women or I hate gays or I hate...
All right, Barack. Yeah, Barack O'Drama. We know you've been going. You say you be going to the Dominican and Puerto Rico. Do you got a thing for Latino women?
No, it's not that. You know what happened? I'm gonna tell you what. I went to a Super Bowl party. You want me to answer it or not?
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm asking about Latino. Go ahead.
All right, I went to a Super Bowl party about 10 years ago, and I wasn't going to go. And the person that invited me there, when I got to the party, I knew more people that was there than he did. And he was asking me, well, where did you know this one? Because I used to play a lot of basketball, I used to play a lot of football, and I used to go to clubs a lot in my city. And a lot of those, I didn't know those people was going to be down there because they're not my peoples. I just know them from the street. And from then on, and then they, some of them, matter of fact, some of them are a little older. They retired. They stay down there. So when I go down there, they show me love. And I know a couple of American blacks that own businesses there. So we try to keep that up and going. It has nothing to do with the women. I mean, that's a plus too. The people are nice too.
Man, that's a plus. Yeah, we know it's.
Yeah, but that's not why I go down. And I like to. And I live where I live is cold, and I used to go to I used to take all my vacations in the winter. It used to be Florida, spring break and all that back in the days, and picnic and all that. But I grew out of all of that, so that's why I started going there.
Okay, we finna change the subject on that.
Yeah, because honestly speaking, that's what I was about to say. Honestly speaking, you said everything that I needed to hear by the last statement you just made. Not this last statement, the statement before this last statement you just made. You said everything I needed to hear when you said I was programmed. I thank you. I don't need my part of the conversation is done.
Yeah, let me finish.
Listen. I don't listen. I'm going to interrupt you. I don't want you to elaborate respectfully. Okay. I don't need you to elaborate. I don't want you to elaborate. As far as I'm concerned, I was programmed was a complete statement. I don't really need anything else.
Okay. But you don't have free speech. And if you don't learn that fast, you're gonna have a lot of problems, depending on what line of work you're in. Because I couldn't say what I wanted to say where I work at. Because I'd be fired quicker than her.
Again, I heard you when you said I was programmed, because I believe people when they tell me who they are.
Yeah, I just said that. I just said that if I say what I want to say, I won't be working. So I got to keep how I feel to myself.
And even though you're saying this right now, even though you're saying you can't say what you want to say because you wouldn't be working, because I think that you need to understand freedom of speech don't mean freedom of consequences. But however, even without all of that, correct, I don't even need to hear this part. You told me who you are, and I believe you. And I believe you.
Yeah. I can understand, and that's why I was able to hold my job. Exactly.
Okay.
Because like I said, if I got up there, even one time he kicked me off. I don't know if you remember it. I was going at it with somebody.
I'm not going to go. Listen, this is what I need you to understand. I'm not really sure why you're not hearing me. I don't need this part. I'm not sure you do. I'm not sure you do, because I don't need this part. Like he said, he about to change the subject. Let's go ahead and let him change the subject, because you already told me who you are, and I believe you. I don't need to hear no other elaboration or nothing else you got to say.
Yeah, I hear you.
Right, Barack. Yeah, man, we gonna get up. Yeah, Barack, man. Look, yeah, we appreciate your opinion on the Latino woman, man. But we're gonna have to change the subject, man, and get you on up. He need to kick out you. Yeah, man, we gonna get off of you on that Latino thing, man. You go ahead and get you some Latinas in the Rico. Hey, but he just bored, needs someone. Nah, man. I don't know what's good with Barack Obama. Now he said he was program queen. I ain't even hear that. But we gonna
he said because because I was programmed to. I ain't hear the rest of everything he said. Like I said, when he said that I was programmed, I said, then you just told me everything you needed to know, my guy. I don't need to know anything else. You told me who you was, and I'm going to decide to believe you. So the rest of your statement is really is null and void. I don't need to know anything else you're going to say. I don't need you to elaborate on anything. Wow. Just know that you told me who you was, and I believe you.
He said he was programmed to like Latino women. That's what he said?
No, he said he was programmed. I think he said he's programmed maybe to not be able to say certain things. I think that's where he was going, because I think he started talking about his job after that. But he said he was programmed. Listen, dude, you was programmed. That's all I need to know.
Right. Damn.
You was programmed. And from that point moving forward, if you programmed, then that means you're going to behave in all the programmed ways. I don't need to know anything else that you're saying. I get you and I believe you. Okay. I'm gonna leave you with your program. And you do you.
Right. Yeah, you caught that one. Yeah, he programmed. That's suspect. Now, I want to show y'all. We're going to get to this next subject right here. This guy. Y'all know who this is. But listen to what he says. And this is how we feel. FBI. I ain't going to say FBI. I'm going to say tethers. This is how we feel. How tethers are speaking right now.
Somebody asked me to.
And this, this Barack drama feel like him. Listen to this.
Other day, Flacco, if Mexican gang members and black gang members go to war, who would you ride for? I said, are you asking me if I would ride with Mexican gang members against black gang members? Is that what you asking me? I said, first of all, Mexican gang members don't want to live around niggas anyway. They leave niggas for the most part alone. So are you asking me if I would help Mexican gang members exterminate a group of niggas who are the #1 killers of black folks in America, who makes the parks unsafe for our kids to play with, who are the #1 obstacle for hardworking black Americans in these urban cities? Are you asking me if I would help the Mexican gang members get rid of them from the black community? What do you think I would do? Somebody asked me to...
So it sounds like what kind of Barack drama on? It's like he getting on the side of the Latinas.
Flacco is an idiot. That's first of all. He is a media whore. He is a nobody. He was out there hanging out. He was out there, I believe it was in Cali, hanging out with the members out there, and he was acting like he was repping for whatever say he was repping for it until he wasn't. And then when they started trying to come for his neck, then he started trying to pay other people to protect him. He's an idiot, and he's a media whore, and he's a nobody. So as far as how I feel about, that's how I feel about him. That's what I feel about him. He is for clicks and baits, and he's for rage bait and all that other stuff. He's a nobody and a media whore.
Yes, he is. Do you feel like it's people that feel like this though? Like melanated people? Like we just had Barack drama on, and he was telling you how he don't feel like the Latino lady. Do you feel like we got people like this that's siding on the immigrant side?
I do feel like obviously we do, because we got people that's out in the street, or well, not all of us, but we got quite a few people that's all over social media, and they have their own platforms, whether it's in person or not, and they're speaking on behalf of the immigrants as a whole, but and they're not willing to highlight any positivities from their own communities. I mean, it's unfortunate as it is. Quite a few of them are FBAs, unfortunately, and it's the same situation, I believe, with the Barack Obama guy. I mean, it's a programmed state of mind. So yeah, I do believe it's people out there that think like this.
Yeah. That's what it looked like. You put me read in the chat. You put poetic Sambo. Everybody versus FBA. Salute. Yep, definitely. But I don't know what's up with all of this. How can you see this situation and you get on the Latina? Like, that's weird to me,
Well, I mean, it can be weird because, of course, he would say that. I mean, he's not a Black American. So he has no allegiance or alliance to Black Americans. He has no allegiance to this land for real. He has none. I mean, he's, like most of them, they come here and they're trying to make a dollar. And that's it. They don't have any allegiance. They don't have any roots. They don't have anything here. And so, of course, he's going to side with other immigrants because, I mean, he is one himself.
Right. Right. So he just thought me of Barack drama scene. Like that's what I'm hearing a lot.
I think he has a horrible case of Stockholm syndrome. I think he has a really horrible case of it. And I mean, probably some other stuff, but I really think he got a horrible case of Stockholm syndrome because while we all know that the YT people, this system is this is their system and it's made for them and blah 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 XYZ 1 2 3. We all know that, But to say that another group of people don't deserve any type of consequences, saying or coming against us because the white people don't get consequences, so nobody then should get consequences then. Is that what you're saying? So we should have no reprisal, nothing. Like everybody should be able to come after us because the white people get to do it. What?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. We don't care about what the white people. We trying to get reparations. We trying to get us. There's some plenty stuff they did that we ain't even. That was a bad example.
I could see if he had documented proof that he could say, well, we're not even trying to hold the white people accountable. Here we is trying to hold another group of people accountable, which would still be stupid. But I could see if he had documented proof to say that, but he doesn't. Now, our fight with the white people obviously has been a bigger struggle than with any other group, but we have been fighting every group. And before we decided to fight every group, of course, we tried to, all right, let's see if we can just get along. But when we see we can't get along, we fight in every single group. What do you mean? That she should not have been fired for saying she was going to racially profile black people because white people do it. Do you hear how that sounds?
Mm-hmm.
My guy.
That's wow. That's wow. TYB enlighten. Put fire. Yeah, that's why I couldn't. He messaged something in the private chat. Barack Obama put, I come from a military dad and mom. They taught me watch what I'm saying or be out of a job. Oh, so that's what he's saying.
Okay, so it was a class of people. It was a class of people who, not a class, but it was a generation of people, rather, who believed that way. And I understand. I'm not even trying to talk bad on them because they did what they needed to do to survive in the time that they lived in. But it was a generation of people who believe I just need to keep my head down. I just need to work hard and do what I need to do. And I'll, so they can keep their job and be able to provide and do it, just have the life and not be hurt or anything like that. And I believe that he might have been raised directly by that generation. Like, or people who was really indoctrinated to believe that way. Because even in that generation, there were some people that was, stirrers. They, shake movers and shakers and things, and they was trying to do stuff. But for the people who believe like that and they taught their children like that he is a product of that. He is a product of, you might want to say this and make sure you control this and make sure now that's a good thing to be able to control yourself and control your, your emotions and all that. But to have that attitude, I was programmed to just keep my head down and just get on along. Aside, all the people who move like that remained in the same status that they was. It was only the people who was willing to put their head up and say, who you talking to?
Right.
That changed things.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm not willing. I mean, I'm a better statement from him. And if he's still listening, a better position for you, sir, would be this. If you can't say what you want to say directly, how you want to say it, there's always a professional lingo in which you can say it. Ramp up your vocabulary. You can always find a way to say things.
In the backstage, but this what we remember by what one of their leaders said. Let's put that up there.
He said, don't let your mouth stop you from making money, especially when your kids need you. Sir, it's not even about letting your mouth stop you from making money. Okay, first of all, if the same, but you see the same way that these YT people is doing all these lawsuits, would you believe that that's what you should be doing? Do you believe that you should start doing the same type of lawsuits they doing? Because I do. I believe that I believe somebody should be bold enough to try to get in the KKK. And then when they don't let you win because you black, sue the hell out of them. That's what I believe. That's type time I be on. This type time y'all on. Y'all suing all of the black organizations or whatever the case. 10-4, I got it. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply for the KKK. Why I can't get in the KKK? because I'm black. What? That's discrimination. I'm gonna have to sue you. And just like we know they don't really want to get in organizations that's for us, they would know damn well I don't want to get in that organization. But that's not the point.
Yeah, it's to bring up them lawsuits, huh? Salute to that.
And then I wonder what he got to say about this. Let the Negro fight his own battles. His problems are mine, or his problems are not mine. I don't want to ally with him. So even with that, who cares about that part of their ideology? Still, she should still hold her job, because obviously her ideology, she already proved that this is a part of her ideology as well.
Yeah. This is coming from, this is coming from tradition of how they felt. So I don't know why would we play with people. We need lawsuits, a whole bunch of them. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah, like we really do. We really do. And of course, it would look so crazy. And I think I'm crazy enough to do it, but it would look so crazy for a black person for a black person saying, "No, I applied to be a part of KKK. Yeah, no, I got some of the same ideology, or I wanted to learn from them. I wanted to learn from them, and they discriminated against me. And as they are an organization, I'm finna sue them."
We need to sue for redlining for sure. That needs to be a definitely lawsuit. I don't know how we got past to not doing that.
Well, I mean, we can sue for redlining, but we won't be the only people getting money for redlining, because we wasn't the only people redlining. We was the most people redline, but we wasn't the only people redline.
Yeah, but the redlining plus the Black Wall Street, that's already a big, that's a big wealth. That's a lot of money right there. I feel like that needs to be sued. This guy is a Tahina.
Well, I'm one of the last living, the last survivor of
Black Wall Street. Yeah,
of Black Wall Street before she died. I believe she did sue. I know she had one before Congress. I believe she was suing, and she got no justice. And she was an actual direct, not a descendant. She was a direct victim of, that time, that massacre. And they wouldn't even acknowledge what they did to her. She's not a descendant. She was actually there.
Yeah, she was there. She was a little girl. Yeah, that's messed up. But I think that everybody who descended to them still need that money. I just feel like go unnoticed. Yeah, that's crazy.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because their descendants would have, phenomenal wealth. They would have a lot of wealth right now, and it was taken from them, wrongfully taken from them. And the fact that this was another time that the government has dropped bombs, because it was a helicopter that dropped the bomb out of the helicopter on Tulsa. This is the second time. Well, that was the prior. I don't know if that was the first time, but it was before in the 80s. But y'all, the whole government, our government dropped. They fired upon their own citizens.
Yeah.
Just like the movement members in the descendants and the people, the movement members in Philadelphia, they deserve something. They deserve a reparation for that too. They dropped bombs on them.
Literally.
And I remember that. I was alive, and I remember watching that live.
Right. That's crazy. You watched that live?
Yeah. It was, they played it on the news. Yep. It was a standoff. They played the whole thing on the news, a standoff and everything. And then you heard the news broadcaster saying Mayor Wilson Good was trying to decide whether or not he was going to take some type of imminent action against the people inside. And then when he approved it, next thing you know, you hear helicopters. You hear the helicopters, and then you see them drop bombs on the house. Yeah. We watched that live. They played it on the news. It's not like it's the way it is today. Is real flimsy and manzy pansy today. It's real soft today. It wasn't soft like that back then. You was able to see that's on the news.
Right. Tony Red. We got Tony Red in the building. Tony Red, what's good?
Yep,
family?
it's that song was definitely for about Why was it a standoff? It was a standoff because the Move members was naturalists, and they had a lot of guns. They lived a naturalist life, and they believed in protecting themselves. They definitely exercised their Second Amendment rights, and it was a lot of things back and forth. What was going on? The neighbors was calling CPS and stuff like that on the kids in the house because they thought the kids was being mistreated because they wasn't living like how everybody else was living. And it just came to a head. It was just a lot of back and forth with them and law enforcement over the years. And so the city pretty much said that they had to leave that house that they was in, and they refused to leave. And so the standoff began.
Okay. Okay, hold on. I got Tony Red. Tony Red, what's good, family?
What's going on, family? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nah, yeah, man. What the hell? What was dude on? What was dude on, man? Where was he? Where he said he was from? He said Barack Drama.
Yeah, he from New York. Sound like.
Oh man. But I ain't gonna lie. I appreciate the sister on the panel. She did right. You did. That was perfect. Cause I would have cussed his ass out. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I did. Like I said, it's more than one way to use your vocabulary.
That shit is just deep rooted hatred. I don't understand why. It's like, hey, what everybody else get to slave y'all? Why come I can't do it too? That's not fair. Like what? So y'all really think this shit is real? Y'all really live off our oppression for real? Like this is what make y'all. This is what do it for them. They really think they can still control us like this. This shit crazy. But I bet you if it was people that was doing that shit, then he'll be using our same people to make it. You're trying to treat us like the blacks. They're trying to treat us like
president.
Like, man, what the hell? But nah, I'm listening. I seen she was dropping some facts out just a second ago. I was tuning in. I'm listening. I was being a fly on the wall for a second.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, that was crazy though. That was crazy. Shout out to William, man, and y'all. They put it was marginalized neighborhoods, nigga. Okay, I'm trying to catch up on the chat.
He's still in the back in the chat. So he will go at it with anybody. He will go at it with anybody on the planet in a discussion. I got thick skin. So that's not about having thick skin. What you talking about is not about having thick skin.
You got a little brain. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. But now, on them reparations tip, like I heard y'all was talking about certain things. You can't forget about chemical warfare. But just like she was saying too, they would be able to get a little bit of money from that too, because it wasn't just our people, but of course our people was the main ones affected by the drugs and the war on drugs and the war on crime. That was terroristic. That, like, you were just talking about them bombing us. That was a war tactic, and also bringing in drugs was a war tactic as well. That was terrorism to us. That's around the same thing. Bringing in them drugs is the same thing as bombing Oklahoma. It's the same thing. It's a warfare.
It was right. It was an act of warfare, but it was more like chemical warfare. You know how when we went to when they lied and said we was going to war with Iraq because they had weapons of mass destruction or whatever, and they might be using chemical weapons on the soldiers. Well, that's more like of what that would have been. It would have been more like chemical warfare because they literally put chemical in the neighborhoods specifically for black communities. Now, yeah. It did end up affecting some white people and stuff like that too, because they was in the neighborhoods or they was, messing with people, intermingling. But for the most part, it was primarily in the black neighborhood.
That's
okay,
that's a
dang,
legal claim.
you went
That's a
out
legal
for a minute,
claim.
Queen. What you said? I said
I was saying,
you kind of went out for like a minute and a half.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I ain't heard of Water God.
we just heard the ending part. It's all good. No, you're thick-headed, aka Goofy. Talking about bro.
Oh, his thick skin child. That's not about having thick skin, being able to withstand somebody saying something like that. I mean, I
Yeah,
can if you want if somebody's coming at you and they calling you big head, water head, or whatever. Then okay, then that's thick skin. But to say that you okay with somebody saying as a person with authority that they are going to abuse said authority for a specific group of people for ideology that they carry that's racist. And I'm not even say racist because we need to start using the words right. That's prejudice in nature. That's absolutely asinine, and thick skin has absolutely nothing to do with that.
that's kind of racist because she had an authority to discriminate against somebody, even though she don't run she don't run the complete,
Yeah, I'm with you on
structure.
that.
Yeah, she actually had a back. She witnessed.
Barack, you wanna talk for yourself? You back on?
He can talk to y'all. He can talk to me.
I can't help management. Okay.
You ain't gonna be able to help this man. He
Right,
just don't do that.
I'm get you up out of here. I thought you came back on.
I about to say, yeah, he can talk to y'all. I don't like nothing. He don't talk to me.
Right. Okay.
Nah, I'm
He
pretty
ain't
sure
say
Water
nothing.
God got
So
some more important stuff for us to talk
that's all good. Yeah, they saying you a plant man in the chat. They saying all that talk. That's wow. You milk dead. Who loves Latina? Shout out to Cali. Nika put please no. Okay. She was part of the power system. No more tether battle tonight. They say they don't want to hear no more of that babbling, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. You see,
Heavy fluoride in the waters. Yeah, that's another chemical warfare. Yeah, the heavy fluoride in the water in Cleveland. And what's the other place they had that fluoride? What's the Flint and Flint, Michigan too.
So do y'all think it'll be smarter for us to
yeah,
work on
kids.
our
Thank you. I
reparations?
appreciate that. Yeah.
Y'all think it'll be smarter for us to work on our
What you
reparations?
said? That other place in Flint, Michigan,
That's the place that they had the fluoride in the
Mississippi
water.
had. Oh, where they have Mississippi, they had fluoride in their water.
What he was saying? What he was saying? Do we think it's what?
On the reparations claim, because see, I just be listening, and it seems like we always start from the beginning to the end. You think it'll be more better if we start from the end to the beginning? Because they always
kids. We appreciate that.
They'll shut us down by the time we get 100 years
Flint
in.
water not drinkable. It's
Like,
more
that
than
happened so long
fluoride.
ago.
Yeah, it's more than it's so much stuff. Like if you look,
I don't know if he can hear that you talking.
I don't know if he can hear me either. I sure ain't trying to be rude to the host.
No, I don't think you're being rude. I don't think he can hear you.
Right. He probably didn't hear me. Yeah, well, I had done. I ain't let them back on. They don't want
No,
to
I'm
hear.
talking about the guy that's on here now. I don't know what his name is, but he was
Oh,
talking. I don't
Tony
think you can
Red.
hear. Yeah, Tony. I don't think you can hear him.
I can't hear him. Hey, Tony Red, you may gotta come out and come back on. Let me put you on. Tony Red.
Yeah, you can hear me.
That's crazy because y'all can hear him. Hear people and I can't. What's going on?
He said, "Bring me up. I fear no one." Oh my Lord, this man is goddamn crazy.
I'll leave and come back. Tell him I'm gonna leave and come
Get
back.
in the mix.
He said he gonna leave and come back. Yeah, he couldn't hear you.
But you can hear him?
I can hear him.
That's crazy. First time that happened. You can't hear Tony Red. Yeah, I couldn't hear nothing Tony Red was saying.
Yeah, but they said we could all hear him. Yeah, you couldn't hear him, but
Tony Red.
You gotta hear me now?
I can hear you now, man. Everybody else can hear you but me.
Okay. Yeah, I was sure like, damn, we talking at the same time. I'm being rude toward God and shit. Like, damn, let me.
No, when he was talking, I knew he couldn't hear you. I'm like, no, he can't hear you.
Yeah, go ahead, Tony. I want to hear what you had to say.
I was trying to ask the people, do y'all think when we bring up our reparations, should we start from basically from the end to the front? Because every time we try to start from the front to the end, they'll try to cut us off and be like, "Oh, you're talking about stuff that happened 400 years ago." It seemed like because people can't comprehend these days. So to me, it seemed like every time we talk about slavery, when it's over and done, they end it with that happened 400 years ago. And it's like, nah, motherfucker, some of this shit happened 25 years ago. Some of it happened 40, some of it happened 60. Like, I'm saying, should we start, like, for example, St. Louis, they had a project center, they was dropping chemicals, another chemical warfare thing. That's a reparations claim right there. That happened in like 85, 86 or something. So, like, we could start from the current tragedy, so they won't even be able to get that shit off with the that happened so long ago. Now let's refresh to what's happening now, and then we can go all the way back into slavery, but we don't have to start with slavery. Y'all just tell me if I'm wrong or how y'all feel about it. I think we should start from the recent and then keep going all the way back. So that way they can't just keep saying 400 years ago. Nah, make them understand this was 30 years ago. This was people. I'm 33. You know what I'm saying? So, but y'all tell me what y'all think.
I think that if we start from more recent things and move back, that it's going to be a lot of people, a lot of FBAs that's going to be excluded because they will try to start giving reparations for just those specific things, and they'll try to cut it off at that point. But if you start at slavery and then you tie all of those things into the fact that it's a continuation of the effects of slavery, um, it's just the fact that we had people that looked like us that wasn't really for us, speaking for us, and now basically what we need to do is stand on our own platforms and let them know. Listen, whether it was 400 years ago or 1,000 years ago, right now today, this country that everybody calls the greatest country on the planet is the country that it is because of the labor that was the labor that was used in slavery times.
Oh no, I'm
And
correct on that. I'm with you on that. I'm saying like I'm not like basically if this was a legislation, if this was on pieces of paper, of course we're gonna start off by saying this is for the foundation of Black Americans that suffered through slavery, the 400 years, all that. That's what we're gonna say first. But when we get to breaking this shit down into our columns and shit, the first instead of starting it from there. Now, granted, I do see what you're saying because the tellers can kind of latch on to certain things too. But
yeah,
that's why I'm
because if you, let's say if you so let's say because if you start from, let's say, the 80s, okay, immigration pretty much started in the 60s. There wasn't a whole bunch of them, but immigration did start, 50, 60s. So at that point, it's going to be it'll be some white people because you got to remember it was trickles of white people that was living in the black communities. It was other nationalities living in our communities as well. So it won't just be us. That's first of all, and if they do that, if they go that route, if they go from now backwards, then they may try to stop back just to the 80s, and it won't go no further, and then it's going to discount so many people who still deserve, who are descendants of people who endured slavery or sharecropping or other things. Like just because some people in Mississippi might have endured a certain aspect of the system that the people in, let's say, Arizona didn't, endure, it don't mean that people in Arizona still don't deserve, they're descendants of people who they still don't deserve that same type of reparation. So I definitely don't think that we should start from the back and then start from the front or move backwards or however you just said it. I definitely don't think we should do that. I think that we would be hurting ourselves more.
I was just asking for a perspective. So I'm just
Yeah.
trying to figure this shit out. And that's why, like I was saying, like with I'm not discounting. I think how can I put it? I think it'll be easy for us to see this in writing and paper. What I'm saying, because I see it. Like the banner, the initial title is gonna be about foundational Black Americans anyway. But I still get what you're saying too, though, because they can
But
still try.
so
Yeah, that'll be another fight in trying to So I get it. I get it. It's
So
just it
right.
looks.
So even if you say foundational Black Americans and all that, that's cool and all. But if you start from that's like you said, let's say the 80s. Let's just give it that time frame. If you start from the 80s, if you say foundational Black Americans, and they'll say, okay, yeah, sure, we'll do that. Foundational Black Americans, and they're going to give those foundational Black Americans just reparations when a whole group of foundational Black Americans, the whole lineage deserves the whole lineage of descendants deserve that because of everybody parents, their ancestors that had to endure that. But if you do it the way you're saying to do it, they're going to stop at a certain space or just a certain people. They're going to do that.
I feel that. I feel that. I'm just trying to find a way. They say it's more than one way to skin a cat. Shit, I'm just trying to be optimistic and think of, because that's the problem we face. They always gonna say, that happened so long ago, and I wasn't a slave, you wasn't a
So
slave.
what? What I think needs to happen is let's take a an institution like Harvard University. Harvard University has already been tied to slavery as far as the building and how they was able to build up their institution on slavery and different things like that. I mean, we all know Wall Street, but I'll just take Harvard. So I think what we need to start doing is um, basically backtracking all the paperwork, of to see how they were tied to slavery, how they benefited from slavery. We need to start tracking these institutions. Now, we can already know that the government itself benefited from slavery. The whole government of the United States benefited from slavery because it is the country that it is because of the capitalism from slavery. But even just the institutions, I mean, like I said, we need to get up on these lawsuits, and I really believe that if enough pressure is put on enough institutions and enough organizations, that they're gonna start looking at the government like, hey, y'all need to. I'm gonna need y'all to do this because they coming they coming for my money, and it's always gonna be about the money. You always follow the money.
Hmm. Yeah, nah, I'm with you. We fighting the same battle. We fighting the same battle. I'm just trying to figure out how we, and I feel like that's all we need. Just more. So I appreciate that. Hell yeah, we gonna get it though. Just hell, like I said, that's why I tell everybody to make sure they do their genealogy, be on point with that. So that ain't even gotta be nothing we gotta worry about. But and I don't like you said, lawsuits. We gotta figure it out from every angle, every angle.
I agree to every angle, and that's right, Ames. Well, they that's the crazy thing. They recorded. I mean, it's the boldness of that. You recorded it.
Right. And this fool talking about something that's cool. Like it's like, man, damn, what the heck? They just want us to keep putting up with everything. That shit over with. It's gonna be a hard pill for them to swallow, but they'll get it. They ain't got no damn choice. Ain't nobody finna sit there. That was the stupidest shit he could have said. Oh well, everybody else get to mistreat y'all. Why come we can't? That's what I heard.
That pretty. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what he said. Everybody else gets to mistreat us, or the what is it? The majority, not the majority, the race, the empire, what is it? The majority race or whatever got to mistreat y'all. So why can't we? I mean,
That shit.
why? I mean, why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't she be able to do it if they can do it? What do you mean?
It didn't make no sense at all. It just showed the hate.
Library of Congress have all our records.
Okay, we got Ainswell. I put Ainswell in. Ainswell, go ahead and speak your piece, brother.
Peace. What's going on, family?
What's going on, man?
And shout out to both y'all on the panel because y'all cooking, Rock and tripping, as his namesake. But yeah, they already recorded everything that was done here. They know exactly who every last one of us is. And they know exactly who and how much to pay. Like
Yeah.
there's going to be land deeds and all that's going to be returned to the respectful rightful owners, which is us. So we don't got to burn too much midnight oil trying to figure out what they owe because they know. They know.
Yeah, they do know. They know.
We got so many brothers though that they don't even know. Like a lot of brothers really didn't gave up hope too. You know, like that's the battle we got to fight within. Because a lot of people be like, bro, they ain't gonna give us. It was I was watching something earlier. They was saying that we the only race of people that do that too. Don't no other race. Even if they might say that in they room in their bedroom, but they out in public, they gonna advocate for what they need. We the only people that, man, they ain't gonna give it to us. White folks ain't gonna give it to us, and then they'll try to make you out the dummy. You know, they'll make the dummy like you wasting your time with that. You might as well just focus, basically pull yourself by your bootstraps like they told us, and just keep trucking. And you know, that's why I like the FBA. You know, because we ain't on that type of shit. We really still trying to move forward. We still the same fight that the folks had in the '60s. Shit, it ain't rather away. I'm trying to keep
Well,
that to the point.
I think that when it comes to people like that, I mean, I don't understand why people want to waste their time and energy trying to convince a person who obviously already has their mind made up. I'm not going to try to convince you. If you have your mind made up, keep your mind made up, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do over here.
Yeah,
For sure.
exactly, 100% correct. We don't got to do a whole bunch of convincing the people who ain't figured it out by now, because they gonna get it eventually. You know what I mean? If Lord willing, they gonna get it.
And the crazy thing is, when the fight is won and everything like that, obviously those people would also benefit from our fight. But the sad thing is, those people would be the people that they be done wrote half they check back to the. So I mean, we would be stressing ourselves over trying to figure out what these people, how these people think, what they're gonna do. Some people you just no, you can't just stay right there with those people because then you'll never move forward.
Yeah,
Can't squeeze the blood out of a turnip, right? Just can't do it. Or can't beat a dead horse.
you basically turn that focus to the children. The children need to know the truth. You know
What
what I
again?
mean?
I need a
You tell them
soldier.
what the real deal is instead of worrying about trying to wake, zombies up.
Yeah, they did say it's easier to teach children than it is to repair broken men. So I
Yeah. But
You
shout out
said
to y'all because y'all definitely assist. I can't see your name, but yeah, you definitely was cooking when Barack was up there. And I don't know what chat he's in. He's typing in because I don't see it on my end.
no, it's a backroom
Private
chat.
chat.
It's a private chat.
Yeah,
Yeah, at 12:58, he said, bring me up. I fear no one. If not, I'm coming down in 5 minutes. Well, go. I mean, he probably already down there, but go down there, child. Ain't nobody trying to buy.
yeah, it ain't like you speaking to the wrong crowd with that.
yeah,
Like,
and I can sit here and cuss your ass out and debate all the stupid shit you got to say, but we got other shit we trying to do for real. You really
I'm.
are just
I mean, I wasn't going to debate anymore. I already told him my position. I don't have. Don't talk to me no more. You told me who you is. I not believe you. There's no need for you to talk to me no more. I'm not. It's nothing for us to talk about.
I ain't
right.
gonna lie, I was gonna talk bad to
No, I
him.
don't
So
have time to waste my breath on people like that. You're not going. I don't got
that ain't
time.
what we on. We
Right.
trying we got other shit to do. So
And I did talk bad to him. I just use different vocabulary to do it. I talk bad to him now.
femininity. You use that femininity. That's you. Yeah, you did. You used that femininity. And you did right. I was gonna hit him with some masculinity. You know what I'm saying? So he was gonna get it both ways. That's energy was going. And then Ted already on his ass anyway too. So
Yeah, yeah, they was.
TYB
His
putting out,
logic
I
is
got
going off a
time
rap
today.
song.
I think
Brother,
the Vatican probably had. Well, I don't know. The Vatican might not got as many records that they used to have, but I think the Vatican definitely got lots of records.
that's on Water God. If Water God got time, shit, y'all can let the young dragon get in here with him. Hell, I don't mind. But hey, this ain't my program. I'm just here to assist.
Yeah, man, I want to listen. People in the chat was like, "Yeah, man, get him up out of here." So it was like, they ain't want to hear that. So we gotta
Because it was
make.
frustrating. I mean, I don't know if he did that to get a rise.
Yeah,
Probably. Yeah, probably so. And just keep on standing on that same weird ass square that he's standing on, and keep trying to justify the same shit. And it was just this beating a dead horse. Hell, like the same people I was just talking about. That he the same one. He just worse. He's somebody that we shouldn't really even be focused on because he ain't gonna help our mission no way.
I love how the chat immediately saw through it.
Yeah.
Chat immediately saw through it. Shout out to the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I know dumb
Especially
stuff
that
we
doctor
know.
too.
Yeah.
Man, I'm at work. I parked my lift so fast. I couldn't wait to get to park my lift so I can get on the show real quick. I want to catch him, honestly. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Right, Levon. He got way too much patience. Way.
Mm-hmm.
It's
But
all good.
We talking about you, Water. You got way too much patience.
man, yeah, on this side it's a lot different. I'd probably be if I was on the other side where y'all was at, it'll be. But yeah,
He made me
all
come up.
them be liking us to they be liking us to straighten people and educate, but some people it ain't no educating. We can't do nothing to them. It's like they stuck there.
To be honest though, letting them speak is all the education that anybody needs.
It is. It's funny. Yeah. It's
So
like,
we do kind of need to hear and see this mentality in real time. You know what I mean? So they know what we're dealing with.
so they know what off code is. You get what I mean?
Right.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. I just didn't have nothing else to say to him. I mean, y'all could have talked to him, but he was trying to have a discourse with me, and no, you already told me everything I needed to know.
Oh, we got you, sister. You did your part already. It was time to say, all right, so you can sit on down. Little
Better know he ain't.
your ass. You should be on your ass like booty ass. You. It's over with for you.
Yeah. Nika said I'm getting better. Okay, bad analogies that
No,
didn't
he
have
ain't.
nothing to do with the combo. She said I'm getting better, Queen. What you talking about?
No, you ain't. No, you ain't.
I'm getting better, man. I'm getting better.
No, you are not.
I am the creator of the term "oh drama."
Dark Gable? Okay.
I thought that was DJ Drama name.
I was just gonna say that. I could have sworn I used to hear that on mixtapes.
He the first one out to flip that.
He's so
To
funny.
Tijuana. That's what I said. That man is on a short bus to Tijuana, poor Tink Tink.
No, he was a teller, wasn't
I don't know what he was. He was definitely a Stockholm syndrome
he?
victim.
He was as Black Americans, and like it was a separation in how his verbiage. But I could be wrong. I don't know. It sounded
No,
like
I mean, Stockholm syndrome people sound like that too. They sound like tethers. They don't necessarily got to be. Unfortunately, we got to be able to recognize them too, because if we can't recognize the ones that actually are FBA, that's Stockholm syndrome victims, then those will be the ones that infiltrate us and start trying to bring what we doing down. So we got to be able to recognize them too.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I put in the chat. We got to remember we got some airhead FBAs.
Yes.
Just because you're an airhead, don't automatically qualify to be a tether. You could be a homegrown airhead.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we got to get their mind right because we need them on our side. We can't have our FBAs on this nut stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
See, where she at? See, I told you he ain't get better.
I'm trying to save him. Right. I can't save. We can't save everybody. It ain't me. We can't save everybody.
He in the back chat still talking crazy.
No, he ain't in the back. He done left. He left at 12:58. He ain't in the back no more. But he was back there. I mean, messaging it up. I mean, I guess he was trying to reply to me as I was talking back there. But I was seeing. The only reason I looked back there because Water said he was back there doing a private message. I'm like, what? God, you should have said. I mean, well, he could have said it to Water. He wasn't going to say it to me because I wasn't going to engage with him anymore. But
that was low-key embarrassing, man. Listening to him now.
Yeah, right. I mean, I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people have secondhand embarrassment for him because it's like, really? Do you hear yourself saying this?
Right. You know we can hear you, right?
Like, yeah.
right.
All that shit was unwarranted. Like it wasn't nothing where Black treating you bad and you called them one because you was. It wasn't none of that. It wasn't nothing where we could say anything. That was just completely all out dirt wrong here.
And like what?
He thought he was in Puerto
let's
Rico.
turn that around. Let's turn that around, right? Let's reverse it. So let's say it was a Black male or female cop, whatever, saying it's about Latinos, I can almost guarantee you he'd have been like, no, they ain't had no business saying that. That was wrong. Da, 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 da. It wouldn't have been well. I mean, what the white people say about them too.
Yeah, I don't want to hear
Absolutely
that.
insane.
We so unfucking racist in our family. We don't even know how to disrespect them. Like we disrespect them in American words. We don't know how to. We don't know they real. Like most black folks, we don't even know how to even be racist to them
I
in their
do.
tongue. Yeah, but I'm saying most of us don't. Like we don't. I don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? They got their little words and shit because we don't even be on that shit. But everybody study our culture. Everybody know exactly what to say. That's one thing about it. Everybody know exactly what to say to get at us. And then they want to, it's like, they throwing a rock and hide in their hand. Like, how you gonna get mad at me? Like, motherfucker, because you did what you did.
I don't study their culture, but I definitely study their curse words. I definitely study that because I want to be able to. I want to be able to tell you off in your language. So I
I'm
study
starting.
that.
I'm starting to want to invest in it. I need to figure it out too. I
I
want to
mean,
know what they.
I study enough. Like I studied enough to tell. I studied enough to be able to say, "Go suck out of your mother's bloody hole."
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna be disrespectful, you need to do it right.
It's just crazy. All the black people that just stood up for them for the Bad Bunny shit. Motherfuckers was turning on real FBA and even the African Americans. Niggas was really turning on them because we don't fucking Spanish. And motherfuckers real deal let the Spanish community tell us black Americans that we need to learn Spanish and we need to advance our shit. Like, you got a lot of nerve to walk in my house and tell me what language to talk. What type of
You know
No.
what I
shit?
noticed too? I think we might be the only group of people that'll fight each other for other groups of people.
Man, we do
Yeah,
tooth
they
and
did.
nail.
The job was definitely done. A job was definitely done, and I mean, I know that we all trying to
Nah,
not
it's
trying. We all are working towards building ourselves back up and things like that. But I just need us to understand that the same way we was torn down, we must understand has to be a part of the same way we're built up. We was torn down on so many different fronts, psychologically, physically, emotionally, mentally, and we need to build ourselves up on all of those fronts. It needs
Yeah.
to be psychological programs that we are creating for our people to help build them up. Even if it's in schools that we build for ourselves for a lineage, not for a race, but a lineage of people, because we can do that. But we need to have psychological programs. We need to have emotional programs. Obviously we can build ourselves up physically, but we need those two the most, because that is why they don't have to do Jim Crow stuff really like that no more. And you still got people like Mr. Old Drama still saying, well, the white people get to do it. That's why, because of psychological the psychological things they did to us.
Right.
So
We have an Oye saying that he wanted. Can I speak on behalf of immigrants? I'm not an immigrant, but I know many. Huh?
tread nicely. Tread nicely. That's all I got
you
to
can
tell you.
speak on behalf of whoever you want to speak on. If that's what you want to do, just be prepared to have people speak back.
Come call in and speak for the immigrants, man.
What he said, don't what? Oh, don't talk about. Oh,
They
somebody
use
said that.
real
It's
logic, though.
we
It
don't
look like
talk
they
about
using real
immigrants.
logic to be funny, like sarcastic. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
ain't got a problem with we ain't got a problem with the immigrants got a problem with us, and we talking about the ones who got a problem with us. And then when we get to talking in general, then you might individually get your fucking feelings hurt.
He said,
Yeah,
"Oh, it's just clickbait, clickbait. What's clickbait?
man, click thing, bro. Just press
Yeah,
press
click
What's
it.
the
All you gotta do
screen
is
so
press
we
it.
can hear what he's talking about. He's absolutely an immigrant. B1 Business, what's good, fam? He's not an immigrant, but he wants to speak on behalf of the immigrants.
and
Okay.
I don't have what's his name? Hero? What is it? Hero?
Look like hero.
My parents were
My
immigrants. So
parents
then
were
you are an immigrant.
You're an
Okay.
immigrant, man. People think that. See, people think because they born here that they're not immigrants. You a
Bro,
My
first generation.
ex-wife is an immigrant.
You a
just come
first
on.
generation immigrant, fam.
So what? Okay, what exactly do you have? What exactly is it that you want to say on behalf of immigrants, sir?
No, he's an immigrant. He's
I
an
mean, he
immigrant.
Come on,
want to speak on behalf of his people. So what exactly is it that you want to say?
come on in, Anchor baby.
He's a first generation immigrant. That's what you call a
Click the link,
first
Anchor baby.
generation.
God damn it, you better come correct too.
They
It
be
don't matter
thinking
if
they
you
not
immigrant or
immigrants though. They literally be thinking they not immigrants.
The
Married to a
title
U.S.
said
currency
immigrants don't
immigrant.
want y'all to have reputation. So the title says immigrants don't want y'all to have reparations. I guess that's what you really meant. So what do you have to say on that? Okay. You,
Come, you ain't hit that link, so we want to hear you.
not. I'm a
Why y'all don't want
Mexican.
us to have reparation?
I'm Mexican means I'm like what? Okay, I'm not even on it anymore. What is your stance on it? Like you talking about
You
stuff
went
that's
from an American,
not important.
you went from American, now you went to a Mexican.
I mean, okay, so you're an immigrant. Got it. So what's your stance? You said the title says immigrants don't want you to have reparations. So what's your stance?
man, click the link, man.
I
Right.
swear.
He
Just
like
because
click
you
the
just
link.
click the link, cause
I
Click
swear.
the link, man.
I want them to come up, cause I
Yeah,
want them to
I'm
speak
not.
for the
Boy,
immigrant.
one guy steady sitting there, damn. Steady sitting there, bro. Like you can't miss it, bro. It was before you said something and after.
And just right now.
We gonna let you talk. We ain't gonna eat you up. We don't bite.
He
Uh,
ain't, he ain't coming, bro. He
He
ain't
ain't
coming.
coming. Oh, he did. No, that's Izzo. Izzo,
But not
fam, what's good? Izzo, that's you or that? Hold on, Izzo, that's you?
Yeah, I'm looking for scared ass cuz I want to holler at him.
Oh,
dude
okay.
said, why we like
He ain't come
y'all
up, man.
You know this is free. I'm looking for scared too.
Yeah. He
see,
looking like
see
a
from H
puppy.
Town says, "Speak, I'm your neighbor."
Oh
Where'd he go? I think he left.
Yeah, he put FBA fan week.
I ain't scared.
We this for everybody because they all came out to me with the smoke. Okay.
They always got smoke for us, Mo. They always asking questions why we got smoke for them. Man, it'll never be smoke.
we really some nice ass niggas, really. And hell, we
We
need to stop
really
that
are.
shit. Nice ass
Benevolent, bro. We benevolent as hell. Like if we
Oh my
started
lord.
noticing, man, we should have been redlining 40, 50 years ago.
You said what,
Someone
fam?
We should have been redlining like 40, 50 years ago, honestly. We should have been.
Mm-hmm.
We
well,
really
we
should
want
have. We had the opportunity to. We should, but we didn't know no better. We thought
right.
we got. See, our main problem, and it's the same reason what's gonna save us too. It's our soul. Our soul is what put us in this shit, but our soul gonna get us out this shit too. We got a
What
soul.
say?
We be
He
trying to
said,
help.
"Call me out my name again. I'm in dollars." What did he just say? What? Oh, wait a minute. You trying to get gangster, baby? What you doing?
Hey, baby, shut your motherfucking mouth, man. Don't nobody care about that
What you
shit.
doing? Like we
Oh, he
put
back?
the
He don't know.
water put the link in the chat.
Yeah.
Where you at? Come up
Hero, come
here.
on, brother.
He don't know B1 business in Dallas right there to you. He in
Come
the
on,
chat
Migo.
with you.
What's wrong with you?
Rapido. Rapido. Come on, man.
How
I,
you
Oh my
lose
I'm
lord.
trying
that
to
getting
holler at you.
mad though?
I was off. Man,
We ain't
niggas
gonna
be
be
on the
up all
screen.
night
We
looking
done.
for
They
you,
don't
brother.
want to. We done. They don't want to accept it. We cancel everything.
In the filming and deal, and I deal real quick. What's wrong with you? Like motherfucker don't know where Harry Hines at. That's probably where his ass at.
I'm trying to figure out
Probably.
why. I mean,
He
if
on
you're gonna be in the
railroad.
chat, click clacking your
Mhm.
fingers, like come up here.
This is pure coward shit.
Yeah, fuck this. Fuck
Nah,
dude, man.
speaking of which, y'all see how the Migos trying to lump themselves together with the Native Americans?
I've been seeing that. I've been seeing that
No, for
lately.
real, that's crazy, brother. Like we already fought the war. We bought all them people like they American now, brother. Like you ain't got nothing to do with them. Y'all
It's like
Siberians,
y'all.
whatever cousins y'all
I
want
be
to
telling them, I be like, bro, I be like, y'all Spaniards,
Did y'all see this video about
Exactly.
this lady? It was a YT lady talking about the police woman, and it was a YT lady, and I mean, I don't know what her reason was, but she was like, she was telling her we're never going to accept y'all. We're never going to accept y'all. You're not like a. I gotta find that video and send it to him because I seen that video. I said, what the freak?
White people being really honest with them, bro, but they're just not believing it. And like you said, like with that 1960s, we thought they was gonna fight against white supremacy with us. That's the whole reason. That's the whole reason they came over, brother. They came over here to the complete 180.
No, they fought to be white.
Yeah, that's what we did.
They did.
We
thought they was gonna come fight with us against their ass. They came over here like, nah, bro, this system jive cooking. As long as y'all niggas at the bottom, that's cool. That's how they figure, you know what I'm saying?
LULAC organization was helping them to fight to be classified as white.
Yep, she all in line. They fought for that. So that's why it's funny to me that they want to come around with this bullshit, this black and brown shit, knowing damn well. Now, I gotta say, individually, I'm cool with a few, you know what I'm saying? But as a whole, y'all know damn well. I remember, man, come on, that's not true. Most of the times, if you had a Mexican friend or something, they had to fight with their parents to even let you be able to spend a night. You know what I'm saying? Like you might not have know why he coming out the room frustrated, but that's why, because he had to have a conversation. And one of them parents was like, I don't want this little nigga at my house.
I ain't gonna lie. I think the thing is that we are American culture, so they assimilate. I think I said this in the chat. They assimilate by latch onto our culture, but try and be white at the same time. Y'all understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
well, it wasn't until
relate through music, through movies that we watch, that we create, and all that. You know what I mean?
It wasn't until we won, the civil rights fight or whatever, that they decided, oh yeah, they decided to come and try to do the black and brown coalition, because before then they definitely was not trying to bond with us or anything like that.
No, they ain't trying to bond with us. They trying to get them resources up out of us and build. You know what I'm saying? And we so damn stupid. We give them credit. The whole time we giving them credit, they laughing and pointing at us like, yeah, stupid motherfuckers. And we like, look at them Mexicans. You know, they do good for them. So they come over here and be 12 of their ass in one house. But before you know it, they own 3, 4 houses.
They were strategic with the migrants though, because they mostly put them in New York, Miami, and LA. Them all black strongholds though at the same time.
Them Democratic states.
Mm-hmm. They really tried. Nah, they really did. Nah, not Miami though. Miami red is just a blue city.
Oh, yeah.
Florida red as hell.
It's just a bunch of bullshit, man. And like I'm cool.
But black people do better in red states though, brother. I'm not gonna say fully like that though, but like as far as Texas, Florida, you know what I mean?
I'm
like,
in
Atlanta.
I'm in the red state right now. I mean, yeah, I understand what you're saying, bro.
Mm-hmm. Like we need to change the policies for real.
It just get me, bro, all the hate that they got for us, man. It just really do. It just don't make no sense. And truthfully, the reason why they act like that is because they are white. A lot of people don't understand. And from what I learned was, if you was a Mexican, see, the same way they do with us, they say they put a name in front of the indigenous people. So they Afro-Latinas, they Afro-Mexicans. But the real Afro-Mexicans are just indeed the real Mexicans. That's all that is. If you a Spaniard, then motherfucker, you are a white person that speaks Spanish. That's what they are. If you gotta look at their noses.
They trying to say they the home, they the native people, they the real Mexicans, they the real Guatemalans, whatever. Yeah. They trying to put Afro in front of the indigenous. That's why Africa got a lot to talk to, bro. They got a lot to make up for. Africa got a lot to do with this BS confusion going on in this world.
How they the natives or some shit? They don't even got a phenotype. You can go to Google right now and type in Mexican phenotype. They're going to tell you that they don't have a phenotype because they are a mixture all races. So they phenotype just goes to whoever they are. They either got a Negroid phenotype, a Caucasian phenotype, or they have a Mongoloid phenotype. They don't even have they need to know their own fucking history while they coming over here telling us we deserve to be slaves because all we know how to do is steal and
Hey,
all that
bro.
old time and shit.
Bro, they
They need
trying
to
to be white.
understand that they are Europeans that's
Bro,
mixed in.
they trying to be white, bro. They disregarded all that history. that's the messed up
No,
part.
they
They can't
didn't.
even
They
go
didn't
back that
disregard
far.
it.
They messed up.
They didn't disregard it. I can't speak Spanish, but they say some shit when they be saying like they say it all the time. It's like to whiten the race. They didn't forget it. They know they
Sacramento.
want to be Spain. They want to be Spaniards. To them, that's the true Mexicans because they love their white oppressors. See, we fight ours. They want to be there so bad, and they want to kiss their ass. We look at our people for kissing ass and be like, "You coon ass." Oh, my bad, bro. I don't think I was supposed to say that. But you know, we get on our people ass for doing shit like that. They don't. They assimilate with it. They raise their kids to say, "Get you somebody lighter, so you can pass, so you can have a better life." The
That's
darker you
also
is,
that's more than Latin America too. That's all throughout the Caribbean. Like you can hear that in
that's
Jamaica and
everywhere.
Haiti and all that. That's the deepest part about it.
Coming over here telling us we hate ourselves, which is true. But bitch, you hate yourself too. You getting skin cream and shit, trying to make yourself lighter. You got a lot of nerve. Like in reality, ain't nobody got no room to be talking about black people at all in America, because everybody else history is fucked up too. And but what they don't have is they don't have the glory stories of them really putting belt to ass to their oppressors like we do. We really got stories that our government trying to hide from us, from the Maroons, all them Indians. Boy, we got stories for stories. You hear me? They don't have that. They got their ass whooped the entire time. And really, the Mexicans really get to pissing me off because we fought for the Afro Mexicans. The Haitians came down and helped them win their Revolutionary War. If it wasn't for the Haitians, they wouldn't even won. The agreement was they was supposed to be intermingling with Haiti. Mexico and Haiti was supposed to intermingle with each other, and they were supposed to, create with each other and build with each other and do all that. But the Mexicans stabbed them Haitians in the back after they just died and killed for these sorry motherfuckers. They turned their back on them, and they allowed the same French motherfuckers that were just killing them. They allowed them to stay in Mexico, and they allowed them to come over. If they do their ancestry, then they'll know exactly where they come from, and they won't be able to debate what I'm saying. But they'll never do that shit. They just gonna say I'm Mexican, and they gonna do their little stupid ass DNA test, and they gonna use that as they know all. They get to pissing me off. I don't get to trying to tell them who they is or nothing like that, cause but man, don't come over here trying to tell me shit about my people, and you don't even know that you a fucking European.
Yeah.
Ain't got no fucking phenotype talking about some you indigenous. Or you would
they got a history of that though. They whole Mexico started off like that. You know, the first president of Mexico was black, Guerrero, and the European Mexicans toppled them from power.
Yeah, they did real fashion.
Yeah, bro, get real deep with them, bro. Like they really hate the Negroid features, the Negro, whatever you want to call it, bro. They don't like that black shit.
Belt to ass. I be on Mexicans' ass. Them Africans can't tell me shit. Cause bitch, even if I did come from there, your people sold me. So fuck you, just like it's fuck them. Y'all worse than them to me. Really, cause then you got the nerve to come back. You got the nerve to come back to us and ask for a handout after you just did all.
I wanted to hop on because you pointed out that reparations claim. Y'all heard of Dennis Perlin?
Yes, yeah. I definitely be watching him.
Yeah, he trying to sue Africa for reparations for selling us, and that sounds like a hell of a game plan. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's a double-edged sword. I'll say that.
I don't feel like. Look, hold on. I want to interject with this. I mean, we were saying on here that slave trade. Now, the amount of people that came for the slave trade is like, there's no way millions of people on a boat. I mean, this is just how I feel, right? If it was people that came here, I feel like it was very minimal. It 2%. Wasn't like for a whole country to have black people, because if we look at the Louisa skull, they saying it was black people here way before, way before the 1500s. The skull was saying, and that was black people. So I don't kind of believe this slave ship story, in my opinion, but I want to get y'all take.
No, that's cool though, but it's like that'll get the African Americans to come over to the FBA side. Like, and it'll expose Africa for the tainting of the history that they try to put Afro on everything, because they ain't create nothing for real, bro. Nothing from Africa never been popping except Egypt. You know what I mean?
The African Americans,
Afro-Caribbean, like the whole Caribbean American subculture, bro. We built everything, brother. Like, I want to hear what Africa got to say about this, but I really do. Like, I want to do it for exposure, for their hand and what they played in the system, like for real. Like, 'cause they played a big hand in this white supremacy system.
What a guy, from what I gather from it, you do know, like they say it's 12.5 million that came from transatlantic slaves. I don't believe that. I think it was probably like 8, maybe 7, 6, or something like that. I don't believe it was that many. But they records claim that 2 to 400,000 made it to North America, and the most of them are in the Caribbean. So most of the Caribbeans, they actually are real Africans that came from Africa 400 years. Now the thing about America,
but they got the culture they can trace back to there too, though.
No, but look, this is the thing. Now, what's tricky with America is that we are indigenous people that are from this land that was here before the colonizers even got here, and it is a few that did come with the transatlantic slave. Now, what the government is trying to do is say, nah, it was y'all all came from the African slaves. And what we got to do our genealogy for, and that's why I'm a big pusher on doing your family tree, is so that you can tell the white people exactly who you are, and you can say, I did my research and I ain't seen no slave ship yet. I ain't seen it, so I'm not subscribing to that, and that's not me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what make us FBA. You know what I'm saying? Because it's that lump with it. Because even if you was a slave and you came from Africa, you still blended. You mixed in with the indigenous. The African, like the way that they put the shit, they make it seem like a few little Africans came to a country that had millions of people in it, and those few little African blood drops change everybody from indigenous to African, and that's bullshit. If anything, it's the exact opposite. Your African blood got swallowed by all this American Indian blood, and you really more indigenous than you is descended from Africa. And that's my theory. And I mean, there's some work behind it, but that's how I look at it. I don't believe it was 12.5 million, but I do believe that it was a certain number that came. But I just think it was very small, and I think it was a bigger indigenous population.
Right, but see, like with that back to Africa theory, what I'm trying to say is, for them to even say, okay, I'm with you on that, but my point is, for them to even tell us that, and they're not classifying them Caribbean people as African American, right? I mean, not even African American, but Africans. They're not even giving them that name, but they want to give everybody in America and saying that it's already suspect to me. It's like they trying to pull something over our eyes. You get what I mean?
That's why I want them to take it there. That's why I want them to take it there, fool, so they can atone for it, bro. Like, Africa gonna have to come clean. Like, Ghana gonna have to come clean. They trying to do all this destiny swapping. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah, but they need to take it up to these Caribbean countries, because they didn't make it here. A lot of them didn't make it here through my research. You feel me?
Right. Our claim is really for the land, because we are the indigenous. And like I was saying, when they passed that law with the Indians, because the Indians was the last ones to get rid of their slaves and shit. They didn't want to do it. And when they actually had forced them to do it, they had said basically any Negroes that's in this territory, in this area, they get the same rights as you. But then they went back with the white man and they made like a amendment or something. They put a clause, they put something in it, which could be took the fuck out if we had real politicians on our side. But they put something in that little amendment to the point where they don't, the blood quantum, that's what it was. They started using that fake ass blood quantum shit, and they was using the $5 Indians, the fake, the $5 Indian blood to make it so they could be tribal members, to keep the real Indian blood out of the mix. They started doing that. So that's the whole play. They got to keep telling us we come from somewhere else, and they got to keep pushing this shit, because they don't. The more we get to trying to claim this land, the more it's really nothing you could do. And that's why I say genealogy, Because if we all got our papers in hand and we all showing like I didn't come from no slave boat, and it's proof, and I know I didn't. And if we did that, there wouldn't be nothing they could do. Knowledge of self. That's why they say. I mean, knowledge of self is very important. You got to know who you is so you can know where you're trying to go.
No, you're right. 100% right. Big fact. Big fact. Every name was changed. Every voyage is documented. No trace of languages and cultures. Right. It's a lot. It's a lot of. It's a lot of.
Yeah. If your grandma cooked cornbread around your ass, that's an old Indian dish right there. As kids, we was taught to cook Indian style. I mean, and most of, like I said, if you come from the South, most of your grandparents already told you was an Indian anyway. So we didn't necessarily lose it completely. We just don't even, like they say that the Indians used to get together, smoke weed, sit around, talk with each other, joke around, and fuck. And they hunted good, and they was warriors. And that's all they wanted to do. If they wasn't doing nothing else, they was chilling around, smoking, shooting the shit, playing games and shit that they created. We do that same shit today.
Right.
You get 4 niggas on the corner, they chilling, we joking, we rapping, we doing all this, we dancing, we doing the way that we did. Y'all seen Memphis juking? Like how the Memphis folks dance, and really how all of us dance. It don't even matter, even break dancing. Every way that we dance, those were Indian traditional dances. If you look at the tribes now doing them dances, you see them, they ain't got no rhythm, they ain't got no backbone, they just stiff as a fucking board. You know damn well them ain't the people who created that shit.
What you got on the screen, Water? What's that?
Oh, this was just a speech. Let me go through this. Good catch though, Queen. But this is from the Sinners, the guy who created the Sinners. Let me let him go.
Assistant of Mark.
I thought that's who that was. I'm like, who was that?
He asked me if I knew John Singleton, and I responded as we often do by pulling out my cell phone and scrolling through how many text messages exchanged between us over the time. In that process, I saw a message that he sent me about a couple of weeks after he watched Creed, and it started with a picture of the tickets that he bought for him and whoever he went with. I think he might have went with his daughter, and he sent the tickets to me, and he said, "Hey, yo, this is a ritual. We always do this for each other." He didn't have to explain who the we was, but it was Black filmmakers, showing that they go out and buy the actual ticket, because it means something. And he sent it to me. And he texted me after that about how much he loved the film. And about 2 weeks later, I saw another text from him that I'm not even sure I saw when he sent it, because I was busy. And I didn't imagine in a million years that I would lose him when I did.
What happened?
The text said how much he loved the line. I'm not a mistake. And he told me that it was my duty to continue to mine our collective experience and tell the stories through cinema. He said it was my duty. And he said he was proud of me. And in reading that, either yesterday or earlier today, I realized what a gift that message was. I said, maybe I'm getting proficient in this filmmaking language. You know what I mean? That I was able to communicate to one of my heroes, the craftsman behind the first movie I remember seeing. What I was trying to say. Forgive me.
You talking about John Singleton? John Singleton, who passed away. Okay, shout out to Nico. Yeah, I was just gonna touch on him. Powerful. Yeah. He was just, a little story that he had with him. I was sent that.
Oh, I sent you a video. It's Dwayne B. because I couldn't find the other video, but he got the like it's like at the 5-minute mark, I think. He got that video I was talking about, that YT lady. I just
Call dog.
yeah, it was interesting.
Call dog. Salute, family. Call dog in the building. Yeah, y'all. So listen.
Yeah.
At 10:30
Who
tomorrow.
did the X to my address? Wait, what? Go ahead, Water.
Somebody
that guy.
Asked for my address. Are you serious? Bro, go ahead and get on out of here, man. If you ain't calling in, bro, to tell us how you speaking for the immigrants, bro, who sent you, man? Get on up out of here, family. We ain't
Kick all the rocks with no shoes, sir.
Right. We don't like to kick. It's been a while since we kicked somebody out. Now, Call Dog is in the building. Call Dog.
Right here.
You came right in time, man. No, but drop that email, drop that address. He don't know. He talking all of that stuff. We got somebody right in the chat, right next door to you. But that's funny. You talking online to your next door neighbor, FBA. Hey, but yeah, family, this was a good one, man. We at 3, man. I appreciate all y'all. I'm gonna stand on it. I'm in Texas. Yeah, y'all, but we are gonna have our think tank tomorrow. I'm gonna put that in the description. Oh, Nika, and let's let Nika want to get. Nika, you want to get in before go ahead and get your talk in.
Thanks, Water. You know what, Water? We keep circling it back to how did we become part of the African diaspora? And it's this guy named Melville Herkovitz. He was born in 1895 to 1963. He's a small head. He graduated from a prominent university up in Evanston, Illinois. I'm just gonna say it like that. He made this book called The Myth of the Negro Past in 1941. It's a best-selling known book. It is the first known book that connects the American Negro to the African diaspora and African culture. So you can see it's always a plot with these small heads. It's always a plot with these small heads. So I just wanted to jump up here to say that, because maybe that's something we can explore and look into. How did we even get in this African diaspora, and what was the logic behind that? Like, what's the play behind it? So I'm gonna leave it there because I know you're trying to jump off.
Okay, let me let everybody go on that, y'all. That's gonna be the last topic. I'm gonna let everybody go on that. Tony, you want to go first? Well, Tony ain't there. Hold on, man. Let's let Izzo.
Man, the people always got something planned for us, man. It's just another destiny swap. Well, that's all it is. I don't know what the linkage is. I think the linkage is because the old history, the old world, the Egypt, what I meant to say, the pyramids is still in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's probably like the strongest link they got to.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, no. Because the pyramids was here, and it's on record that we taught them. They got that game from somebody that was from America. So America had the pyramids, because the Mayan tribe, that was us.
That's how they try to link it, though. Brother, is what I'm trying to say. Like, oh yeah, it's pyramids over there. We could just erase them.
Yep.
It started here, and then everybody started here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's the play they was trying to run. The play they was trying to run.
Yep. I'm with you on that. Tony Red, you there, family? Tony just
I'm here. This kind of off topic. I'm gonna say my final goodbyes in a second. But did y'all ever watch Thundercats? Y'all paid attention to Thundercats. They had a Black Panther on there. They had all these other stuff. they were saying that was supposed to be how the Grand Canyon looked before.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if y'all ever heard that before, but it's a little validity to it. Look at
Like,
the Thundercats and you'll
for the
see, because like you gonna see that Sphinx, because you know it was a Sphinx. It was a Sphinx. It's a Sphinx in the Grand Canyon. It's just petrified. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what happened. It looked like everything over there was melted. A lot of stuff around California and Nevada, a lot of that stuff looked like melted, like something was petrified. It happened, some years ago. But it's kind of, y'all got to talk about pyramids, so I thought about that because on the Thundercats, when you look at their little show, when they coming out, it's a Sphinx and it's a little world. It's gonna remind you of Egypt, but it's not Egypt. That was American. That was America. That was how, they say this shit Atlantis anyway.
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna end on, everybody make sure y'all do y'all genealogy. Don't let nobody tell y'all who y'all is. Find out for yourselves. Give each other grace. Keep learning and and give us grace and respect each other and love each other. Love y'all.
Big fact. Love you too, bro. Love y'all.
Okay.
Let's let Queen. I'm gonna let Queen and Nika, then Ezo, y'all give y'all the closing and land your plane so we can get out of here. Nika, go ahead. Let's let Nika go ahead first. Nika, you be having some good info. Go ahead and give us something good we can close out with.
Water, just thank you for always having this space. I think out of the content creators, you just like a real laid back good dude, and you create a space where people can come and be themselves, and you like non-judgmental, and you don't really have an ego about it, you know what I mean? And your videos are always very informative. You always shedding light on things that most people are not covering. And then you do be putting belt to ass on people when they acting up, but you do it in a real respectable way. So we just need you to continue doing what you're doing and creating a platform for us to be able to share our thoughts in a safe space. So I just appreciate you for that.
Thank you, Nika. That's love. That's love. That is love. All right, Queen. Queen, you want to go ahead and give one and land your plane?
I'm gonna piggyback off of what Nika just said. Honestly, even though I think that you are way too nice, I think you are way too nice. But you really have created a safe space for us to be able to come together, be able to feel the camaraderie of family, and we can bounce ideas off of one another. We can vent our frustrations. We can talk progress. It's just the all around powwow when we come together. So I do want to thank you for creating this space as well. I'm not even. I give up on you being as nice as you is. So I just accept that for what it is.
For you, I'm gonna get mean for you now. But go ahead.
You can't do it if you try. So I'm gonna just go ahead and accept that for it is for what it is. And um, like I said before, one time to you before, I joined this channel. I became a supporter of this channel because I saw that this channel was a channel that was trying to do something. It wasn't just talking about clickbait and just tethers and that's it. It was a channel that was talking about let's do something. Let's actually put some boots on the ground. So again, like I said, I'm gonna just piggyback off of Nika and just say thank you for creating a space.
Salute. I love y'all. I appreciate that. That's love. Yes, we're gonna keep it pushing. Now we got Izzo. Izzo, what's good, family?
Yeah, man. Love the family, love the chat, man. I just want to say, continue being agents of truth, y'all. Continue digging deep into what it is to be American, because these people that rewrote our history, then there's so much, man. Like it's that deep to get back. We gotta reclaim who we are, is what I'm trying to say. We really gotta keep searching for that truth, y'all. That Grand Canyon joint just unlocked my mind a little more, just irritated me a little bit.
For real.
We supposed to know this. We supposed to know this. You know what I'm saying? This all land, this all people, but keep being agents of truth, y'all. I love y'all. Keep it together. We stay strong.
For real, man. Salute to the fam and the water gang, y'all. We back on here on Tuesday. But we definitely having our powwow. We having our think tank tomorrow, y'all, 10:30. We're gonna just have another love where we ain't on live on the internet. So if y'all in the Discord, man, y'all tap in. Y'all know how we do, man, and we trying to meet up. We got the Legacy Collective coming up, so we want to meet everybody and discuss some business. We want to keep this going. So I love and appreciate y'all, man. Everybody who been supporting y'all. We're gonna be back on here on Tuesday. Make sure y'all tap in so we can indulge in more conversations. Call Dog, I see you, man. We're gonna be back on here on Tuesday. So peace and love, everybody. I'm gonna see y'all on Tuesday. Y'all stay safe.
Mm-hmm.